While we jump into game number 1, the last quarterfinal of KOTD 3. Liereyy against Hera. I think Hera in blue, Liereyy in red?
Yep, that's what it is for me.
Okay, lovely stuff. This is the moment where I ask the chat again for predictions, and we already we'll see a wild one here on OrnLu. Instant barracks by Hera.
Yeah, we saw this in one of his series. I forget which one. But this isn't the first time he's done this.
I think Hera against Tero, no? Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. I think it like did okay in that series, but it wasn't like game deciding.
I think it put him quite far ahead in the map, right? And Tero had some problems there walling off, while Hera, not with the greatest build order here. House was a bit late. Obviously, rushing to pop 10 a bit faster than you normally do. Lithuania starting with 150 extra food means he can go for some militia. Most of the time we see people opting for 2 nowadays. Initially people went for 3, but then your eco is just really thin.
Yeah, and to be fair, this early on, 3 militia aren't likely to get a lot more done than 2 militia. You're still going to be able to fight villagers pretty bad.
Look at the score. Liereyy should know what's up here. He should be able to wall his spot. Like, he didn't scout too poorly. He needs to wall ASAP. Liereyy.
Please.
Oh, and that should be that villager then.
Yep. That villager is on a one-way trip to Frown Town. We'll get the quick walls in behind this, but already this is definitely a big win for Hera.
Oh, and elephant blocked there most likely as well. And Hera, he did that against Tero, just killing the elephant. Isn't going for it this time. Did he not see it? He did see the elephant.
Oh. I don't think the scout can block the Vil now.
Oh, the Vil is a bit wild on the other side. 17 HP here. No. And yeah, I was way too far behind again. Sorry, OrnLu.
Idle time here. That was like a good 15 seconds idle time with a lot of his Vils.
And is killing the second elephant. Well, base design obviously not pretty here for Hera, but we'll get his lumber camp up in the back, and that was pretty efficient again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this sort of strategy just can completely catch, I mean, pretty much anybody off guard.
It shouldn't, though. You just have to look at the score.
And I think if you're up against Lithuanians, you need to have that on your mind.
Yeah. I think so.
Like, it's not like, oh, you're like in every situation against every civ, you just be looking at the score difference and be like, oh, what are they going to be doing at this particular moment early on? But I think against Lithuanians, you got to be like watching that score like a hawk, like the ones that fly around the map.
And that didn't happen here for Liereyy. And, well, those militia are now still annoying. Liereyy tries to send some more villagers onto the berries, creating some more walls. Oh, really not pretty to play this one.
Oh, on the wood line of Hera.
Oh, Zoo! That's just lovely. And that was like mid-run, right?
Yeah. Really beautiful quick walls.
Oh, what a crazy, crazy start here by Hera to start this one off. And
But, Nilly, look at this. Leary's a villager ahead, and he lost a villager, or like half a villager ahead. That's how much idle time Hera had.
What? Just
no
crazy.
loom for either.
Okay,
yeah.
Loom for Liereyy? What?
It's not coming in.
How's that a thing? How does he have that much idle time?
Hera, did you not see Hera had like his villagers were just standing around an elephant in a big circle, not doing anything? He probably force dropped to create a villager or something, but was focused on killing the elephant at that point. And he had like at least 15 seconds of villagers not collecting anything, and probably was unable to afford.
Yeah, you talked about it. I thought it was just for a second or something, a misclick, but okay, that really is rough then for him. And well, Liereyy has to think he's way further behind than he is actually.
Yeah, I mean, Liereyy with very little idle time, honestly. Clicking up on what would be 22 pop and 4 seconds idle time after all that.
Yeah. That's pretty solid. Now some annoyance here. Those villagers obviously have a loom. 3 around, 1 low HP militia. He doesn't even want to engage this. Probably doesn't want to lose any more HP on a scout. Or any HP.
Well, yeah, definitely. As it can be really annoying, as he knows his opponent's not going to have a scout to really bother him a whole lot. And it can just make these villagers annoyed. As the militia are like, tee and chase the villagers away.
How again?
Because they're giggling. They're the little, rascally militia that are making the villagers not able to hunt properly.
Okay. That sounds a bit like a goblin or something. Gremlin?
Maybe the
gremlin? Oh.
You don't know.
Well.
Anyway, Barrack's now coming in here for Liereyy. I mean, he's Frank's. It's the scout civ. You open scouts almost every time. Whereas Hera, with 3 villagers on the gold, just going to be going straight archers by the looks of things.
Still getting some ostrich for himself, 4 villagers on the berries there. Economy still looks a bit shaky indeed. Well, as you mentioned, 1041 here with only 21 villagers. Not the craziest thing there. What is that? 36 seconds idle time of TC? Brutal.
Yeah, definitely. Stable coming in here for Liereyy. Should be doing just fine. I guess the question is, Hera, yeah, he's queuing up at least 1 spearman. And just going to be going right into archers. But the problem for Hera is that he's still super open. I guess a little bit closing in on the left side, but still quite open.
Oh. Do you have a lol emote on your chat? Or
OrnLu a lol? Yeah.
OrnLu a lol? Ah, you have OrnLu. Ah. That's true. Why was OrnLu already taken? That you had to go for OrnLu?
No, because I'm not partnered on Twitch. You can't change it, and it's just by default the first 6 letters of your name. So I'm OrnLu AOE, right? But OrnLu's only 5 letters.
Okay. Because it could be like OrnLu L for OrnLul.
Yeah. It could be, but alas.
One day.
One day.
By the way, Hera's still missing 2 sheep, and now the first scouts coming over to the other side, but spearmen already here to scare those away. Archers now moving out, but Liereyy nice and quick with the scum production.
Indeed. Not really taking any big chances. It's not like some of the previous series where they're just going to go, no archery range, as Lithuanians or Franks are just going to go right to Castle Age. These guys definitely want to fight it out in Feudal Age at least a little bit. And wow, Lierey's actually 2 villagers ahead right now.
Feels weird, right? Neither player with wheelbarrow. No farm upgrade for Hera. Scout is going around, try to see what's up, but scouts are chasing him, so not a lot of stuff up. And Hera just regrouping and adding a stable.
Yep. I mean, these are definitely 2 players that I can see a lot of very heavy Feudal Age play. But with that said, I think it's going to still be kind of tricky for either of them to get a ton of damage done, because neither of them are playing super greedy. So I think that, honestly, Liereyy should just be in a fairly comfortable spot to get a better Castle Age time. He's already 5 more on food.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty sweet spot for him, but now berries are running out, so that number just dropped a bit. Is building some more walls, not really on gold, so that transition is going to be a bit more on the tricky side. And oh boy, I'm kind of getting excited to see either one of them facing against Mr. Yo next weekend.
Oh yeah, like everyone knew going into today that the top half of the bracket was like just bonkers crazy high level. And yeah, like these matches, they feel like at least semifinals, right? And that's really good. I hope we're in for a really good one.
Let's see. Archers now coming in at the top there. Villagers should probably be picked. Would be surprised if Liereyy pulls that villager in time. And indeed, he tries to go for the quick walls. Not what? How is he? Don't tell me he gets that one away. 1 HP? No.
Whew.
Okay. Bought himself a bit of time. Another girl is coming
actually
over.
Might be just enough time. Scouts are obviously quite quick. They got an extra 9 HP with Franks, so just able to dive in, Liereyy will just delete those palisades and quickly surround and kill those archers as Hera's scouts just nope out of that one.
Yeah, they were just like, okay, let's reinforce, let's retreat.
Run away! Horse color now coming in for Hera. That's obviously a little bit feels bad, man, especially when you're up against Franks who get it for free. All those farms.
What do you think about Hera's house placement? I think he could have built them so much differently to just create a wall at the left-hand side. What happened there?
Yeah, it's like he's, placing houses without any sort of thought towards his Sim City, which seems kind of weird because that's something that like everybody would do.
Yeah. Hera normally is so aware of those situations and how to design your base to not have any losses. He also is better at quick vaults here.
There are a couple spearmen here, so I don't think the scouts can be too comfy in terms of taking an engagement. But if you look at the resources, Lierey's looking to be just a little bit faster up to Castle Age. But Hera now with the larger army, he is really making a lot of scouts.
I'm surprised as well. When I saw 3 chasing, I thought like, okay, Liereyy can outrun him. But now it's 6v5, and Liereyy takes that fight here late in Feudal Age.
Yeah, I mean, he had the high ground, and he has an extra 9 HP, so long as he's not fighting with the spearmen, he was able to do at least all right for himself. The scouts should more or less trade with one another.
Very even indeed. 6v5 there, and that was the power of Franks. Lower, I think he had fewer HP, 1 less scout as well, and...
Well, he took the downhill fight, and his scouts inherently have 9 more HP, so they take 2 more hits.
Okay, now opening the vault here at the gold. Hera feels fine, knows, okay, it's unlikely that his opponent will have a strong Feudal Age follow-up after this one. It's kind of the timing where both players are clicking up.
Yep. This isn't a doubt situation where you just surprise him with, like 6 scouts in late Feudal Age when you're totally open. Liereyy, learning from those games, now fully walled, and is going to be getting a little bit better Castle Age time.
Yeah. Also, it is a bit of a different civilization, right? Saracens, we see them a bit more as an archer civilization, and then suddenly 7 Bloodline Scouts. That could take some people off guard, as we saw there earlier in the group stage. Liereyy actually did add another scout, trying to see what's up, and a second stable is up.
Makes oodles of sense. No reason to really focus heavily on skirmishers against Franks. I mean, I suppose they could be going for a ton of pikemen, but it feels like if they are going for mostly pikemen, they're going to be doing that, or against the Lithuanians, sorry. If they're going to be doing that, they're going to be very defensive, and if you're being very defensive with Lithuanians, you aren't getting relics.
Okay, relic count or relic positioning is something we didn't really mention yet. A bit better for Liereyy, I would say, right? Like 4 relics surrounding him, 1 in the left-hand side for Hera. Yeah, maybe even.
Yeah, if anything, it's a little bit better for Liereyy, but I don't think it's anything too world-ending. Anyway, Liereyy making it up to Castle Age, Monastery coming down right away, and Town Center number 2 as well. Very sort of normal stuff that we're seeing from our red player, and that's Monastery and likely TC for Hera, once he can afford it.
And we had it match up twice now. Yesterday and today, both times including the Finnish players, and well, the big question is, can we get to Axemen, because they feel just so strong against most Lithuanian options.
Yeah, pretty much anything that isn't like a bunch of latest or something, but that's just because latest are a silly unit, and it's kind of hard to get there in most situations. Oh! That was a hole, and that's going to be at least 1 dead villager. And
Where are you looking? Between the stables there. Yeah. I was looking the archers that are just diving under the TC there, and I was like, oh, as well. And then you were talking about holes, and I was just like, no, the archers just ran in.
Nope. So both players taking some swings at each other, but it seems like the damage they did to each other more or less evens out.
I counted 3 villager losses on Lierey's side. How much was it on the other?
At least a couple. I mean, they're even right now.
Okay.
So I think maybe Hera got 1 more villager, but still pretty even, obviously.
Needed picture in picture for that one. Militia now even clubbing in there as well. And, well, quite surprising. Hera not adding any TCs.
Yeah, this is pretty surprising to me. I feel like you would definitely want to add TCs at this point. You're not likely going to end this game in like just with a big Castle Age push. I mean, you and your opponent are doing more or less the same thing. But Husbandry coming in for Hera as well, and he will be building a second TC.
Okay, finally there. Squeezes that one in quite nice there. I would have even built it further in. But yeah, not the biggest difference, obviously. And well, now some rally control here by Hera is relatively active. 0-0 rally control thus far, though.
Would you say that Hera is being relatively active? No? Okay,
Yes,
that's
I
fine.
like that. I played the drum roll for you.
Oh, okay, okay.
Or not drum roll, it is the, well, kadoom.
Yeah. Okay, Monk trying to come in for some conversions. 2 monks to 1 in favor of Liereyy, who just seems a little bit ahead in a lot of respects in this game. And Hera looking like he has a huge disadvantage.
Oh god, so many villagers dying here indeed. The conversions came in time. Hera not really getting to his monk numbers. And those knights are just killing everything. This is a short game.
Whoa! Hold the phone. Yeah, Liereyy is absolutely dominating. I mean, it's fairly rare, I feel, with AoE for it to be like, okay, they're happening, they're just doing their thing, and oh, whoop, the game ended. Like, usually it's not like just one huge, kind of almost surprisingly dominant fight like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a horrible position for Hera, and I don't really see how he could possibly come back.
Well, he can't in this game, surely. And, well, he had so few monks there. And, as we said, the late TCs there. No walls at the front. And that felt so untypical for Hera here. Absolutely underprotected.
Yeah, I mean, he fell a little bit behind with his idle time. His walls weren't, they weren't there when they needed to be, especially his forward gold being denied a fair amount as well. Yeah, that's pretty surprising.
Did go for some archers that actually did get some pickups there. A bit later to Castle Age. He had an ugly map though here at the front, right? At the front gold. Like, where do you even put the TC? Maybe that far off where the monastery is, but then it's never pretty. But still, some protection, like, just wall in front of it. Like, I know if I was getting coached by him, he would scream at me so much and ask me, like, how is this open?
Is there some personal trauma here, Nilly? Do you
No!
need to lie you down on the therapy couch and talk about your experience?
I tried to wall, but the knights came in too quickly.
Oh. Oh, well, we'll have to see if Hera can turn this around, because that was just kind of a bop game. So hopefully he'll just, shake it off and then get right back into it for game 2.
Maybe, like, conversions weren't there, but in general, he didn't have a lot of like a lot of monks, right? What did he have? Like 2 at the most in a full night war? Normally you try to get like up to easily 4 or 5 in those spots.
Yeah, I think it was, but Liereyy just had 1 more monk.
Okay,
I think it was 2 monks to 1 monk.
Okay.
But Liereyy had the better numbers. Like, the overall military numbers, I think, were even, but a lot of Hera's military were like random archers and stuff like that. And I think the actual just raw knight numbers are really there for Liereyy.
Okay, let me quickly drink the drink of winners and get a Red Bull for myself.
New Gamer Legion sponsor? Red Bull. Oh, that was funny. That was really funny. Both using the pretty strong civs early on. Yeah, first pick and second pick. Sponsored by Red Bull.
What did you say?
Oh, I just said sponsored by Red Bull.
Okay. OrnLu is so lonely. OrnLu is Bay. OrnLu is so
Well-
funny. Where is the OrnLu funny emote? We like OrnLu.
Well, I live to please.
Dude, that's where's that from?
I don't know.
I think it's like a Warcraft 3 unit or something. Like I live to serve. I live to
Oh,
serve. I live to please?
The Immortal in StarCraft 2 says, I return to serve.
Okay. Immortal. In StarCraft 2 then, right?
Yeah.
Did you see StarCraft 1 today? ASL?
No, I don't keep up with StarCraft anymore.
Okay. I never ever watched it before. I watched it twice now. Because like the most dominant player of all times actually switched to random. And is now
wow.
crushing everything. Like Flash? It's basically the Viper from 2015
I know
to
Flash.
2019. Yeah, but some in the chat don't.
Oh, yeah.
And he just did it for like 15 years instead of being as dominant as Viper for 5 years. Or 7 years. And now he switched to random, which is because the civs are way more different. It's just crazy. And he won 1-0, 2-0, and today 3-0 with being
Dang.
random. Yeah.
Well, it goes to show that guy's got the talent.
Apparently. Okay, then
And
let's
he's
talk about
thirsty.
Age of Empires a bit for a change. And we see... What? Liereyy is playing Malians. Hera is playing Vikings. He loves his Vikings.
Oh, yeah. And apparently I am a noted Viking hater. I think Vikings are like one of the most overrated civs. I think that... I mean, and their win rate is pretty bad in this tournament. And I feel like they're like a pretty good civ. Like, they're definitely above average, but I feel like you can have a really good eco, but other civs also have really good ecos, and they also have better military options. Like, even if their eco's like a little bit worse than Vikings, like Malians, for instance, still have like a really good eco, and they have like way more options.
Yeah. I agree in a lot of forms with you. I think Vikings are overvalued on this Arabia. I
Yes.
think
Oh, yeah.
on Led Arabia, I think they're still crazy strong.
Yes.
Or on the pre-balanced Led Arabia. Here, I said it over and over again, Britons and Vikings fell off so much.
Yeah. No, on the situations where you can go for like Drush FC, like Vikings are obviously going to be super good in that scenario, and we see that with more like, other than the older Arabia, like maps like Gold Rush, where Vikings were super common, where you have a similar game plan a lot of the time. But yeah, Malians I think are going to be a good example of a civ that is, I would say, underrated, because I've always been a Malian fan, and they're doing pretty well in this tournament too, and a lot of really good aggressive options here.
I've seen them quite a bit. Villager is not making it home. Scout is surviving. 3 HP blocked. TC is shooting. No! Dodged! What happened here? How did that scout camp it out? What was that, just parking in his face?
Oh, what just happened, man? I was looking at Hera's base and seeing like what his map was like.
Oh, Lou. Remind me to never ever give you the camera.
Oh yeah, never ever.
Oh. Okay.
Well, Liereyy going in.
So for everyone on the stream, stuff happened on the other side of the map.
Oh yeah, they're used to it by now. Don't worry.
Okay.
So still going to be the very early Drush coming in here for Liereyy. Not being put back too much, I would say, at least not in terms of his overall game plan. And this still could get something done.
Oh, I still need to calm down. Like, Xing a Red Bull and then having that scene was a bit too much maybe for me.
Oh man, gotta keep that blood pressure in check, man.
Yeah,
got
probably.
a lot of series still ahead of us, hopefully.
Well, not today.
Well, I meant like
in
a lot
life.
of this series left. But
Okay.
yes,
Ah, a
also
lot of
life.
this series left. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now Militia knocking at the front door of those berries. That palisade was pretty optimistic there by Hera. Let's take a look. Can we find a villager kill? Scout trying to bug out, tries to get in front of the villager. Not really happening. What is the stance?
This is one of those situations where the scout is enabled to like block the villager because the scout was spawned in after, I think. Because like sometimes I feel like the same exact thing happens, but then the villager's blocked.
I think that's not a thing anymore. I think that used to be a thing in Age of Empires, but I think that changed like 2 patches ago? No, not 2 patches ago. More like March patch ago. Oh, actually, no. Full HP villagers here.
Yeah. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. The classic.
Sounds like NSC.
Oh, feels a lot of AoE players in a small space.
Okay, so licking our wounds here. Still some annoyance by Liereyy with his Drush, and Hera though can't be too unhappy. Did get a villager kill. Did get a lot of idle time into Lierey's space. Yeah, it was distracting here, but did find a militia kill as well. What's the follow-up here though? Hera still not up to Feudal Age.
It's probably going to click up after this villager. But this is kind of like 26 seems like a weird number. Like if for Liereyy clicking up, you know, on 24, I guess what would have been 25 villagers, that makes sense for, you know, like a Feudal Age follow-up. But this feels like oh no, wait, never mind. I lied. He's just keep on trucking. FC.
Hera's not on gold. And built some weird house there.
Oh.
That implies that he doesn't go for that gold either. Okay, now he goes for some gold. That's a lot of farms by him. Waltz a bit more, and Liereyy. That will be an archer follow-up, and Waltz with 4 villagers at the moment against basically nothing.
Oh, that's on. You can never spend too much money or time walling.
Can you not?
Nope.
Okay.
Just ask MBL.
Okay.
I do like, however, that despite the very hefty investment into the walling, Liereyy at least realizes that he's not under any threat and is just going with the villagers forward to take from the ostrich.
Oh, now the engagement here, not the most important fight unless the scout dies, but Lierey's microing that one away quite nicely. Finds a kill and gets out of there. Liereyy on point.
Yeah, no, he's looking quite sharp today. Feudal Age in for him now. I assume archery range on the way. Yes, it is. He's on gold with 3 villagers. Mulligan's getting the free gold mining upgrade is nice. And it seems like this will just be a pretty standard drush into archery range, plus blacksmith and doing all that good stuff. Ooh, another militia dead.
Liereyy out microing here, apparently. Some good stuff. And, well, Hera so far has as many kills as Rhinos got kills.
Big yikes. Never ever try and compete against Gaia.
OrnLu?
Oh man, it's okay. The woof woof emote spawns in OrnLu the wolf, or cheat code. I at least appreciated the thought there.
Okay, well, I tried my very best. Okay, but now we're moving out, getting some more, or are we? Trying to get some more zebras there for Liereyy. Hera was out there as well, and we'll try to play the fast castle militia. Can't get a kill against.
This seems like a pretty lousy fast castle.
Well, then let's call it Drush SC. On a Drush LC. Drush into lousy castle.
The lousy castle. Oh, feels bad, man. I mean, he's got a bunch more vills queued up. Yeah, oh, he's even getting double vid axe right now, so realizing they can't go up as fast as he would like. Palisade wall is almost down. The villager just wants to build a palisade, man.
12 HP, spearman around, scout still annoying, isn't going for the kill. Ooh, oh god, Lierey's just clicking his heart out.
Oh yeah, it's like he's just like toying with Hera. Hera will get these quick walls in behind though, and I think he's fine. But, I mean, this is honestly, like, a not insignificant amount of idle time that this has been causing.
Oh, my chat is going wild. Finally, they know it, strategy inside out, and know all the build orders. Drush LC.
You know, these are educational streams here. You know, we want people to be learning stuff about AoE.
Scout still running around. Lierey's cast edge timing actually won't be too far behind Hera's.
And I feel like his build order was just a lot more streamlined. He went up faster, was able to start applying pressure, he's causing his opponent idle time. And even though he lost the villager, he seems to be in a fairly comfortable spot.
Yeah, after the villager loss, everything worked out pretty well for him, right? The Drush did so much. Like, it was annoying up till like 5 seconds ago with the scout still in there. He has all the ideas of what's happening, and Hera now even forced into a market. Castle Age difference, I think like 30 seconds maybe?
Notably, Liereyy did decide to grab Fletching before Castle Age, so that did delay him a little bit. But it still is going to be a
Fletching before Castle Age?
Oh wait, he must have cancelled it.
OrnLu, don't lie to me. Double market strategy by Hera.
Oh boy. No, he's trying to set up trade. You know, you need to have those markets right next to each other.
Okay, okay. I actually did host a sabotage show match once. MBL versus Liereyy. And if you lame a boar, you get $10 extra. And if you have a trade card coming home, you get another $10 extra. Actually, no, you stole $10 from your opponent.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then Liereyy did have, like, at the edge of the map, built 3 markets and tried to get the trade cards over there.
Oh, that's great. Anyway, Castle Age time going to be a minute slower here for Liereyy. Did get Fletching, of course. And we will be progressing into a fairly normal-looking archer battle.
Actually, double market is just passed of the LC build order. Oh god. Oh. Guys, Hera's build orders are all on his Discord if you're subscribed. Triple market build order included. Oh.
I mean, that's how you gotta sell your content, right? You gotta market it well.
OrnLu. Yeah. I even tweeted like, I think today will be fantastic.
Oh yeah. So it's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
So one staple here for Liereyy. As he hits Castle Age now.
Oh, Liereyy has the same build order guide.
Oh man.
Oh, okay.
Liereyy gonna be going Night Skirm. He's definitely somebody who I remember saying was a really big fan of the Night Skirm playstyle, and yeah, I think that's gonna be a pretty good composition overall to go for against Vikings.
I actually was like about to say something really toxic once. I think Chart eliminated ACCM. And it was like, oh, well, better need to read those AoE2builds.com again.
Oh.
Or like, well, maybe I will unsubscribe to AoE2build.com.
Oh, Ripperino, man.
But then I felt like, okay, that sounds too mean.
Oh, yeah. Just say it later when it doesn't really matter.
Indeed, that's
and
why I waited.
Actually having a pretty good tournament and showing some really good games.
Yeah, surely.
What's not good is Hera losing those crossbowmen, unless you're Liereyy.
Lion might find another kill. No, not really. Okay, Crossman
Nilly,
still.
were you just lying to me?
Oh, what did I say? It's the lion nearly got the kill.
Yeah. Well, Lion's gonna get a kill, and then.
Sorry.
It is okay. Meanwhile, their ecos are fairly even. Ballistics is in for Hera, sticking with the 1 TC right now, whereas we see Liereyy already going up to the 2nd. And +2 defense for the skirms coming in, and I honestly like this still more for Liereyy. I just kind of like the approach more.
Another lion attack? Oh, maybe I won't lie to you this time. He's going for it again.
Oh!
13 HP. It's more exciting than the crossbow micro fight at the bottom. You all saw that several times already in your life.
Yeah, I mean, see, now you learn the ways of my spectating. Oh, that's actually a pretty sick micro fight right here. Remember that it's, I believe... No, I think they guys both have ballistics.
Both have ballistics, yeah.
Yeah.
Dodging like madmen here. Good job. Ooh. Skirm still shooting the whole time, and Hera will get cleared off. While the Lion... Oh! The real story of the game, 7 HP, Skirmisher survives.
Oh, Nilly.
Sorry for lying to you twice.
Oh, man. I'm very, very sad now. But... yeah, I still, like... For reals, I like this for Liereyy. He's got a better eco. I mean, a guy, he doesn't have handcart. Actually, he doesn't even have wheelbarrow. But he's still got the more villagers. And he's ultimately working towards a better army composition.
If Age of Empires 2 gives you lions, make Lionade.
Lionade? Well, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay. Might have been a bit forced, but...
yeah, but, you know,
it's okay.
It still works. It still works.
Okay. Okay, no, chat disagreed. Didn't work. Okay, villager count. A bit better for Liereyy here, but pretty even. Military count the same. And, well, is Liereyy going for more stables? Thus far, only one archer range. Gets to a lovely composition here. Hera struggling with mainly crossbows at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, and Malians are a fantastic knight skirmciv, kind of like Chinese. They're very good at sort of switching between different unit compositions with the cheaper wood cost on the buildings. And I just really like Knight Skirm as an army composition against civs that really just want to go for mostly archers, like, well, Vikings. And now Hera's in a situation where he's stuck going Viking Knights. Oh
yeah, double stable here, upgrade +1/+1, so won't be the worst thing ever. Might trade off quite reasonably well against non-bloodlines knights here. Crossbow weakening the army a bit, double mangonel, shooting down one of the markets. Sadly, Hera deleted the other two.
Oh, that's why you have the contingency markets.
Knowing how crucial it is for the build order to have those markets. Jumping on them.
Oh, man. The market is going to go down, though, and it is going to start to open a big old hole into the base of Hera. And I love having Liereyy focusing on getting the +2 defense, even for his skirmishers, even before getting it for his knights, for instance. Now with the forward siege and monastery. And, like, this is such a strong time in the game for Malians. Like, mid to late Castle Age, you just have pretty much everything you could ever ask for. And it's going to be a tricky hold for Hera, even if he does, you know, in the end get a faster up timing. But that's going to be pretty hard, as he has very little gold income.
Oh, very little gold income is generous. Well, now he will add the other TC there. But that's a lovely, lovely hill. Crossbow now from the left-hand side, trying to distract. He did see the double stable, so I think Camelts might be a good addition here, no?
Yeah, definitely. I guess the camels are going to be worse against the crossbowmen. Actually, I think you can go for knights, because you know your knights are better than your opponent's knights.
What? Skills is two of his own knights there.
Oh. And that was a purposeful attack round too, which makes it even worse.
That
of
was
course, Hera,
so
really
good
nice
for
micro.
Hera.
Oh.
Holy guacamole.
Here he gets absolutely cleaned up.
What happened there? I thought the game would end there, but, well, -2 knights, Mangonel's not hitting anything, Cross was doing quite a lot of damage. That was the ideal engagement, like, that was better than the ideal engagement.
Yeah, like, I don't think Hera could have asked for anything more from an engagement right there. Now he's got the third TC up as well. More and more stables coming in for Liereyy. He does have Bloodlines and +1 attack right now, but he's still only on the 2 town centers. And with a much, much smaller army, he's just, like, all of the wind has gone out of his sails.
Ooh, now builds another market at the left-hand side. So, trying to get back into the game. Yeah, but skirmisher count at 1, knights 6, and Liereyy, he just loves to dance with his crossbows.
Scale mail armor coming in here for Hera. I suppose this is just going to be for Pikeman. Which, considering that he reset his opponent's skirmisher count, doesn't seem like a bad idea whatsoever.
So OrnLu. An elephant walks into a bar.
Okay. Yeah. Does it hurt?
That was it.
I mean,
It seems like I forgot the punch lion.
Punch lion? Oh, man. Well, I think you're really lowering the bar on this one, Nilly.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, this is actually a really sick rate, though, for Liereyy.
Force a lot of idols there. Cross will need to go back, and that gives Liereyy the control again. Didn't really expect him to get so much aggression. Wasn't it like 4 military against 20 a second ago? All of a sudden he tripled that and is raiding again, and the goal is still exposed at the front.
Indeed it is. I mean, Hera just very open, and I think this is just goes to show the problem of no husbandry. Because the Knights were having a hard time keeping up with Liereyy, and Liereyy got husbandry a while ago.
Let's take a look at that. Villager going forward. Is he trying to build a siege workshop or something? Not really going to happen. Monks never really were built. Crossbow count feels really scary now for Hera.
I mean, he has just double the army right now. Even pikemen being added, going to be really good. Nice 63 HP for those guys. And although that was a very nice raid, it didn't come without cost, right? He had to spend a lot of army to kill villagers, and that at best just equalized the villager count, and that just goes to show how far behind Liereyy is at this point in the game.
Oh yeah, look at that. Camel, no idea why we did dance there here for Liereyy. Is just losing every single knight, and military numbers are looking better and better for Hera. He is claiming that hill, knights are falling, skirmishers are just running into their death.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe a defensive castle could help him out, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit 2k before that castle comes up.
So you're rating inflation.
Yeah, I assume.
Are we talking team game?
Oh, I'm already there, team game.
Oh.
I'm not that bad, come on. But this hill is so sick for Hera. He actually does have a fair amount of stone in the bank and can drop a forward castle, and that would be really good for just closing out this game.
Absolutely. 470 already in the bank. And do you want to see it on the hill, or do you think he has enough control to build even further forward and limit the production even more?
I suppose it depends if Hera wants to finish this in Castle Age or if he wants to take it to Imperial Age. Obviously, like, if he wants to finish it in Castle Age, you build it forward. If he wants to just wait for
Trap the knights at the right-hand side, and guess with what building? Sick move there. There was a small choke, did wall at the top, then the walls behind that one. That was a crazy move, trapping those, still repairing the house, 200 HP, and now he's killing the knights, so that's all good. Meanwhile, fight in the center.
Lierey's doing the best he can to outmaneuver Hera, but it's way too far gone at this point. That fight where he mangonelled his own units and then got 0 kills with the mangonels after that, you just can't throw away that many resources all at once.
Oh, 7 military now against 36 villagers, looking better for Hera as well. He will get that crucial castle up, and Liereyy, well, that one won't be his game to take. Scores 1-1.
Series is evened up. We're not going to have a 3-0.
Choo-choo.
Do you think Liereyy almost certainly wins the game if he takes anything better than the fight he took?
He was surely ahead there, right? And,
yeah.
Well, that's just -2 knights. No damage dealt. I'm not sure if he takes the game, but that's a fight that actually should increase his lead.
Yeah, exactly. I 100% agree. Oh, if you look at the timeline, you just see the sadness for Liereyy. Huge dip in the military.
One ground attack happened.
Oh man.
Okay. Other stats I need to take a look at. Well, most of stuff really even, and it was kind of an even game till that one horrible fight happened and completely threw Liereyy off there.
Yeah. It's hard to say, like, going forward in this series, because Liereyy looked so sharp in game number 1. He was looking sharp until, like, a massive throw, and then beyond that, Hera was looking... Like, as the game went on, Hera was looking more and more comfortable, with obviously some nice, like, quick balls and stuff like that. So I'm really interested to see how this is going to go.
So, what civilizations do we have left? We had Aztec band, Khmer band before, so only one Meso on the menu for this series. And Liereyy still with the wild picks of Japanese, Vietnamese. We had Liereyy still with Burmese, which I don't think we will see, honestly. When is Hera picking Mayans?
I think Hera picks Mayans after the... Like, not this game, but the one after. Because either his life is on the line or his, he's going to be one game away from going to the semifinals.
Okay. And they did not launch. I can't find a game either hosted or spectatable.
That is a good question.
Okay, well, maybe they take a minute. Maybe the host is just away. Mongols versus Celts. I think would be really good for Mongols.
In general, it is, definitely.
I still am scratching my head how Japanese and Vietnamese are being fit in there.
I think it just goes to show Lierey's love of, one, like civs that have good archers, and two, civs that can go for night skirm pretty well.
But night skirm for Celts or what?
No, I meant for Vietnamese and Japanese both can do that well, as do Chinese, obviously.
So Celts is an archer civ? What, am I confused?
No, I was saying that civs that either do archers well or night skirmisher well or both are Chinese, Vietnamese, and Japanese, and then Celts are just Celts are just there as just like a pretty good civ.
I heard the two categories and tried to fit Celts in one of them and really struggled. Okay. That makes sense then. While we see Hera hosting again, so he probably just took a small break. Well, lovely set. Surely kind of the games that we expected.
Yeah. I definitely, quite aggressive. Like, neither player was just going to, like, sit back and just chill.
I wonder, how do practice games with MBL go? Are they getting frustrated with him? If he plays the style in practice games?
I'm sure MBL, I don't think he just knows how to play any other style. I think he does his style and then that's it. And he just does that all the time.
Okay.
I never see MBL do anything else other than, his very distinct style. But obviously, he's executing it so well. He was looking so strong earlier.
Yeah. Okay, both players in the game. Both players picked their colors, so we should be jumping into the next game within a minute. So they're playing West US or East US? Or I think
UK West.
UK West?
That would be the server.
Oh, yeah, UK West. They're picking UK West, yeah.
Yeah, that would be the middle server between the two.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, here we are.
Let's take a look. And, Mongols was right. And, oh boy, I think, honestly, Japanese, they need to pull something out. I think Mongols are just so much better.
Do you think Japanese need a kamikaze here?
Well, I think kamikaze. Japanese. Okay. Yeah, they need to commit Sudoku, and
fill out all their numbers.
I think that Japanese kind of have their only strengths at early feudal age, like man-at-arms, aggression, but Mongols so good at defending that and should just transition pretty well.
Yeah, I think that if you're in a situation where neither civ is especially powerful in the mid game, like both have a lot of like options, but with no eco bonus or super relevant military bonus at that point, I think Mongols are going to be very happy to like they can sort of ride out in the mid game and then summon all 5 pieces of Exodia for Elite Mangudai and then just win.
You mean collect all 7 Dragon Balls?
Works too. Same premise.
Okay. So very active here is Hera trying to lame, tries to see what's up, and thus far he only sees Barry's woodline now. At one point spotted the elephant, doesn't really want to go for it. I don't think he will find any sheep.
No sheep by the looks of things. Yeah, Liereyy just finding his own sheep there to the north of his base. Also something worth pointing out, as glancing at the stats, obviously it's not the biggest sample size in the world, but Japanese are 0 and 5 in this tournament, which is
what?
Not great.
0 and 5. First of all, I'm surprised that they were picked 5 times. Do you have a stat if that was in the main event? I can't remember a single Japanese game.
Yeah, I don't really remember any. And
look at that beautiful block. So the scout was blocking the villager, but the scout of Liereyy blocked the elephant, so the elephant couldn't actually hit. Lovely stuff. And now tries to steal 2 of those golds. Oh god.
Oh.
The level of those 2 players. Oi, the annoyance.
Oh my goat. That's a very early barracks before a mill.
Let's take a look. Oh, and those goats are in there. That should be 2 kills. Yoink. Yoink 2. And get out of there.
Big yikes. Definitely.
Double kill.
Double kill.
Goat-like.
That's a good one. I'm kind of confused as to why you'd really want to go for like an early drush with Japanese. Because I feel like with Japanese, you want to get to feudal age, right? So you can get your faster attacking infantry. Because they're just so freaking scary, but you don't get that in Dark Age.
Indeed you don't. Maybe your drush is still pretty smooth because you're saving 100 wood. But, well, if you have 1-2 idle villagers this whole game, it's easy to throw those wood away pretty quickly. Oh god, that was ugly.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes when you quick wall in your villagers on the wood line. The villagers will just try and go for another tree that they can't reach, and then they just give up.
But that's why you shift click. No?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
So what's the plan here for Hera? We've seen him go for archers from time to time. Feels like he won't have enough control. Still -4 sheep, that boy.
Ooh, yeah. Maybe I'm just underrating the power of luring all your deer early, but I feel like most cases, before I lure any deer, I want to make sure I have all of my sheep scouted at the very least.
Well, he was super active running to the other side there, right? So
yeah, that's
didn't
true.
really think about that one. Now tries to maybe intercept his goats again. What? Lierey's actually running into the wrong direction. He has no idea where Hera is. LOL! Look, please, no!
Okay, but at least he sees the main gold, so he knows his opponent's around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Also, I just noticed the gold of Hera is all on this left side. That could definitely be a bit of an issue, as there's like no real good spots for TCs either. Like they're just gold in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, it's really not great. Hera now with some walls should be fine there at the top. And just think about it, like that is the same gold positioning like Viper had when it comes to open golds. But this time, Liereyy is at the bottom of the map and not to his left.
Yeah, that's, I think, a great comparison. The golds are, like, they're not good by any means, but they are less bad. And, you know, we shouldn't see, I think, Hera having too much of an issue here.
What are we? Oh, yeah, -4 sheep obviously equals not a lot of food. Therefore, we see 2 farms dropped. Hera is microing a bit against that scout. Some more walls at the top could be needed, or did he? I didn't even scout that properly, so probably is doing some small walls.
Yeah, that seems like it. Do you go forward in tower here if you're Liereyy? I mean, that seems like really tempting. Double
Really
forward
tempting.
lumber. Like, one tower denies that whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. I think it would be so good.
Especially when you know your opponent is down at least 2 sheep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're going to be struggling for wood so much.
Yeah, yeah, that's so right. And I think it would be a great idea. He didn't really have the map control though, right? He lost his scout
Yeah.
now, so it makes it a bit more tricky, but
Ooh.
like it would be tempting enough for me to try it.
Yeah, yeah. Looks like the lady will make it home. Some quick walls are quite nice here from Hera. And things will seemingly progress relatively normally. Liereyy pretty safe at home as well. Double wood line in the back for him is quite nice. 4 on gold, I think, is a little interesting.
Well, will be an archer play here, right? Or what is he doing?
28.
28. No, okay.
Yeah.
It's going what? 28 is normally a fast castle, but 5 on
Yeah.
gold normally is not a fast castle. OrnLu? What's going on here?
Maybe he's going just double archery range plus blacksmith because he has all the wood saved as Japanese.
He already has way too much wood in the bank.
Yeah, that's what, like, I was looking at the wood and was thinking that might be a possibility.
I think he's simply not playing fast castle.
Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility as well. We've seen some players actually, I think like MBL, go for fairly late uptimes after their drush and then not fast castle.
Is this the LC build again?
I mean, do you really want to bust out the LC build twice in one series?
Hera already showed that strategy
Yeah.
in the game prior.
I mean, you gotta save something for Yo, right?
Well, now it's revealed.
Oh, yeah. To be fair, Hera did the same exact Lithuanians drush twice in a row.
Yeah, true.
Well, Lierey's now in Castle Age, Feudal Age, and he will be getting the faster attack speed on those militia, so they're going to be just a lot more annoying to deal with. So definitely good for him just to keep them alive and healthy this whole time.
Now the scouts thinking about engaging here, not really going for it. One villager hammering away. Can actually get attacked here. Not anymore.
Nope. It's pretty weird how that works out. Oh, one militia being lazy right there.
Oh yeah, he right-clicked at one point, and now the engagement there. Scouts should find easy kills without a single loss.
Yep, even Japanese militia not going to stand up to scouts at all. And it looks like we actually might be seeing the LC build again, because
650 food and we are waiting.
Yeah, he's still not getting eco upgrades, so he's definitely trying to go for that castle age. And there's archery range number 2.
A pretty clean LC build for sure.
Oh, yes. Meanwhile, Hera going to be going for skirmishers behind this, nothing too wild. I like how he's sort of building another layer of walls out, as that will be very important in terms of protecting his gold.
Double bit X now. Wheelbarrow on Hera's side. 3 scouts trying to find something. 1 low HP scout takes a good look at the map, and Hera, he needs to go for skirmishes to somehow hold, but that makes his castle age condition really tricky.
Yeah, definitely. The Mongols obviously are just always a little bit awkward in castle age, because you kind of want to get to Mangudai, but if you do it too quickly, then you kind of end up like Viper in game 1 of him versus Yo. So you need to be going for something, and skirms are probably going to be what you need, especially against Japanese, who at least on paper would be going for archers, and especially since you know C2 ranges.
Replaces the lumber camp, so Liereyy is using his advantage. Score difference could be scary if you overinterpret that one.
Yeah, I mean, Hera's obviously, he's Mongols, he has very good scouting. Liereyy, meanwhile, has some AM scouting if I've ever seen it. See your base, you see your opponent's base, and you see some stuff in between, and that's it.
And it's not by choice that you see the stuff in between.
Yeah. I mean, you just kind of have to get, from here to there.
Scouts patrolling at the front. Castle Age now. I think archers could have moved out earlier. Maybe was a bit scared of running into skirms. Skirms now moving out. got +1/+1, and before we get Botkin, they could actually trade off reasonably okay.
Indeed, definitely. You have to be very careful with crossbowmen, even if, you have good, archer numbers. Skirmishers with +1/+1 can still actually ruin your day. Something that I find very interesting is that the second archery range here from Hera, before Castle Age, and making skirmishers, at least made some skirmishers from it.
Botkin
So that's
still
really
delayed
delaying his
by
Castle
Liereyy.
Age.
Yeah, well, it's kind of okay, right? He sees the archers are not moving out, still dancing there, and then it will get tricky for Liereyy to really get to the other side.
But Liereyy, I don't really think needs to get to the other side. Like, he's just chilling. He's getting the second town center up. I mean, he knows his opponent's not in Castle Age, so Liereyy should be getting a very nice eco lead in the not-too-distant future, as Hera is actually already mining stone with 4 villagers.
I wouldn't have that patience that Liereyy has here.
Yeah.
Like, sitting with all my crossbows at home, having a 5-0 KD, and just chilling it out even further. Feels so weird to me.
Well, that definitely just shows a very good amount of restraint, because now he's moving out with 14 crossbowmen that do have +2, and this is way scarier than, say, going out earlier with 8 when Hera had, like, 6 +1/+1 skirmishers. Now that the numbers are increasing, it's going to be even better for Liereyy. And look at this, the double tower here.
Ooh. Went for the stone. Didn't go for the defensive woodlands that he could have gone for earlier, so wants to make sure to not have any losses there. And skirmishers now potentially taking the fight. That is a really nice reaction by Hera.
Yeah, definitely. Gonna do a great job of just warding away those crossbowmen. And that's exactly what they're doing. Things are still gonna be a little bit tricky, I think, as he's only around 2/3 of the way up to Castle Age. But Liereyy really being quite patient. What did the camel ever do to you, Hera?
Oh, look at that. Can't believe it. Okay, Crossbows now dancing against the skirmishers, going for some splits here. Not expecting too many kills. Obviously, both players very experienced in dodging ballistics, but Liereyy not really moving. And Hera doing an okay job.
Well, both 1 kill apiece, but you'd think that's good for the guy who only has feudal age units. What's Lierey's university status? None. So no ballistics for him in the, super near future. But Hera doesn't really have a ton of stone, so just the stone was just for the towers, I suppose.
Yeah, there's only 1 working there. Had more at one point, I believe. The question is he dropping a TC? Had to go for this upgrades on the skirmishers. Is trying to lure Liereyy away, but that's still a scary army. Look at that. 64% gold for 1.5k, and Hera, not a single gold unit on the field.
And we're seeing the Hera thing, right? Did you see Hera's tweet? Like, you should go for defense upgrades first if your skirmishers against archers.
Oh god, yeah, and people believe that even.
I know, but like he's actually sticking to it, going for leather archer armor before Bodkin. I mean, he's queuing up Bodkin right after, so it's not in the end going to be that big of a deal. But
yeah, but only to do justice to his Twitter presence. With Bodkin, he could have gotten so many kills already.
I mean, he could chase down the crossbowman better, it's true.
Now Botkin kicks in, and then he will attack. Now you get the kill. That's why you get Botkin, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Dives in deep. Lion still helping out.
Yeah.
Seems like he's part of the alliance.
That's a good one. You'd think a lion, like, mauling crossbowmen would be more of a threat than the guy who's just throwing javelins at you, but that's not how it...
Yeah, I think so. And Liereyy with lots of losses there. Hera doing the great job of having the defense upgrade on those skirmishers, therefore keeping them alive, and then kicking in once he engaged. And Liereyy now with the tech switch did add triple stable behind this.
Wozes. That is pretty interesting. +1 defense coming in for him as well. Notably, Liereyy is at a pretty comfortable 12 villager advantage right now, although he does not have wheelbarrow. But still, Lierey's playing this a lot more reserved than I'm used to seeing him play.
No bloodlines for him, and moves around. Should clear this one up so easily, though.
Yeah, even without bloodlines, just having a +1 defense on the knights should be more than enough to overcome these skirmishers. Even the Knight of Hera doesn't have any upgrades. But I saw Hera coming forward with some villagers. That will just be for a town center, I guess.
This Arabian. That's why it's hated so much, right? If that's the best TC you can build.
Yeah. Like, on the one hand, like, that's an awful TC Hera. And then I'm, like, looking at his map. And it's like, well, I probably couldn't do much better.
Maybe some at the top there could have been an option. But if you want to expand towards the mob map, probably not. Now goes for Wheelbarrow. Runs away with his crossbow. Skirmisher number. Decimated quite nicely.
Definitely the case. Knights of Hera are completely unupgraded, so even just having the +1 defense should be enough to make the difference. And once most, if not all, of the skirms are dead, then the crossbows are going to just run right back in. And now Hera is on the run. Lierey's up a good 20 pop at this point.
Well, 10 villagers ahead, 10 military ahead, equals 20 population. So he's only 300 score down. You absolutely see how important score is at every single point in the game. And
especially in team games.
Especially in team games and in DM.
Oh, yeah.
And Bloodlines now for Liereyy. Let's see how big Hera wants to commit here.
Well, kind of surprised Hera's making so many knights and is still fairly slow on the upgrades. Monastery coming up on that hill, obviously for maximum value in terms of real estate. Going to be pretty exposed right there. Another stable actually coming in here for Hera. That will only put him up to 2, though. Liereyy is working on the 3.
I think wouldn't it even make sense to go for the monastery there? It's just guaranteed damage. Yeah, indeed. I like that. Because every raid is just so unclear and monks just feel so nice. I like that. And you see Hera accepts, okay, I will lose that one, builds another one further back.
Yeah, I really don't get that. Very, very forward monastery. +2 defense actually coming in right away here for Hera. What's his stone status? Okay, he's sending villagers slowly over to stone. But you can see like the difference between this play and Viper's play, where Viper was mining way more stone way earlier, whereas Hera is just sort of slowly incorporating the stone into his army of existing knights.
The thing though, for Viper, he was facing melee units. Liereyy is now facing ranged units. So Mangudai do better against what Viper faced.
Well, I mean, Hera's facing both now, right?
Yeah, but still so many crossbows, right? Against 16 crossbows, you need 20 Mangudais to fight, basically, if you want to be super cost efficient. And against what Mr. Yo had, 6 Mangudai can already do some pickoffs.
Yeah, that's definitely a fair point. And Hera, you know, his upgrades are going to be quite good. The villager discrepancy is definitely a little worrying to me for Hera. Liereyy, still a TC ahead, still just getting a good eco, and I mean, the Japanese are like, they're not a bad civ, right? They're still like a good solid civ, even if we think they're a little bit of a strange pick. And yeah, Lierey's just doing a totally fine job here.
Now the +2 defense for both parties. Might just be Japanese and Mongols going for lots of knights on this map. It's quite interesting. That really shows you how aggressively this map is designed. And it is 3 stable v 3 stable at the moment.
Yep. The difference, of course, being it's Knight Skirm versus Knight Crossbow, which we would favor Knight Crossbowmen, as the crossbowmen and skirmishers, you know, they're in the back, so they shoot the knights, and the crossbows deal way more damage to them. Monks could potentially be a big difference maker as the knights loop around so they can just kill the palisade.
Oh, could be a conversion. Could be 2 conversions. Gets 2 conversions and lives with the monk.
Never ever be in just a pair of knights in Lierey's army. Like,
ooh.
If Liereyy sends you out in 2s, you just know you're dead.
Jumping onto this one here. Skirms are out so that villagers can get in there. That means the skirms can go around, try to snipe the crossbows. And it just feels like Liereyy is looting a lot of his knights.
Lierey's losing a lot of his knights, but he still does have a much larger army. I'm pretty worried for Hera's skirmisher numbers right now. They're looking pretty darn low, even if his knight numbers are looking quite good. And Liereyy actually still has plenty of knights. They're just, you know, coming across the map, but you know they'll get there fairly quickly. And oh, here's the big charge up the hill for Hera, deleting the monastery.
Oh, was that really necessary? Probably against the crossbows, the better choice here. Knight numbers are 12 against 13, but Liereyy doesn't really have the numbers there. This one is so close. Both players will loot everything.
And I think that's good for Liereyy, because he is the way better eco at this point. He's almost 20 villagers ahead, another stable coming in for Hera, and all these knights, like, they're the opposite of the long-term army composition he's looking for. Whereas, I mean, yeah, they're probably not going to be the long-term army composition here for Liereyy, but Liereyy already has, like, all the infrastructure he needs to get into, like, Arbalests.
Adding stables now. Hera goes to 4. Liereyy goes to 5. Not ready to take the foot off the gas. And, well, quick wall here not going to happen. Villager stopped. So it will be 3 stables versus 5 for a bit here. And Liereyy could just overrun Hera here.
It's a definite possibility, but I think the closer reinforcements are going to be pretty important, as at least 3 stables is... and that he can constantly produce from is a big advantage compared to like game 1, where there was like another potential snowball, but Hera just didn't have anywhere near the production or the eco.
2 monks kissing each other now in the center. Skirm's coming out, trying to find that snipe, and actually we'll get it, funnily enough, but we'll have to pay with their lives for it, or at least some villagers will have to pay for it. Pikeman tag now for Liereyy. Oh, no one.
Yeah. Well, pikemen makes oodles of sense. Got triple barracks here. Japanese pikemen are super, super strong. And I do like the monks, though, from Hera. Just healing up all those injured knights. And I'm now getting iron casting. Liereyy notably already has iron casting, which is good for his pikemen as well. But this is going to delay his Imperial Age time. But to be fair, neither player is really looking for Imperial. Yeah,
this one will be massive Castle Age play for sure. 25 villager lead for Liereyy, who is going into the woodline, over chopped there, but nice awareness of Hera, tries to break through there. Only 170 HP, could have committed. Now gives up the hill, but reclaims it.
Yes, indeed. And if we look at the stone counts, both players can afford a castle at this point. Are we going to see Liereyy go forward? Because obviously this hill will be very critical for either player to control. Monk looking to get a conversion, and indeed he will, but is going to pay for it with his life.
Oh, big
Liereyy
raid.
has the numbers advantage.
Liereyy is raiding in the back, trying to get that castle up on the hill. Is Liereyy indeed? Hera does not want to take that fight against the hill. Now has the hill himself. Wants to take the fight with the TC.
Yes, he does, but this is potentially giving Liereyy the window of time he needs to get this castle up. Liereyy with a little bit of a retreat, but he's still doing all right. Hera now going to be rushing up a castle at the front, but it is going to be 1 later and 2 on the low ground. Oh, this is looking quite good here for Liereyy.
19 villagers again, soon to be 16 villagers building. This one looks so even. Imp timing completely irrelevant in this one. Both players still deep in castles and will stay at it.
The relic heist! Uh-oh, wow.
That's that one. Actually, the first relic being picked off. Players so inactive with that one. Relics pretty much spread around the map. And now the castle. What are you doing? Are you going for patterns? Lierey's answer is yes.
I guess maybe since he has the high ground, he thinks the petards are going to survive long enough to get to the castle. Although you'd think that's still kind of risky.
Why is he sending them back? Shouldn't they be in the castle?
I think maybe that's just the rally point from earlier.
Okay. Well, maybe ungarrisoning there earlier, yeah, makes sense. Now gets back into it.
Get back in there. Siege Workshop now coming in for Liereyy, and I mean, he is living up to his team name right now. He is absolutely making amazing use of his tempo. He has a larger army count, better map positioning, and he is just completely keeping Hera on the back foot.
He is storming him as well, so double the sense. Now the tower by Hera here goes for ballistics. Wants to be a bit annoying, but Liereyy, well, that's just 50 wood lost, and then he goes another angle. If it wasn't for the knights denying it for now. And now the big question is, does Liereyy know how many petards he needs against the castle? Probably not.
12, right?
What? OrnLu. It's 8 petards, but since the castle is already hurt, I think 7 will do the job.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 12 with masonry, I think.
Oh, that's a big difference then.
Yeah. Because I remember it very specifically from one of the campaign scenarios.
Okay. Oh, knights are in the top here as well, finding more villager kills. Pop 170 against 100. Ram is now moving forward. Goes for way too many petards here. Could ungarrison, could get that kill. Knight still active, and Liereyy even clicking up to Imperial Age now.
Yeah, just he's had the better eco for longer.
And bombs the castle.
Explosions! Oh man, Hera seems like ultra turbo dead right now.
Tower goes up. Congratulations to that. 400 HP. Castle will instantly kill you as well. Tries to get a castle up at the right hand side. Knights are around. Can he find that castle? No. Stops half a screen away.
Oh.
Quick walls. 50 HP. More walls. More houses. Okay. Good job there. Not important at all, but look nice.
Yeah, you know, it looks good. It's flashy. Oh, the hole.
Well, more quick walls. Also flashy.
Also, probably not very irrelevant.
Yeah. Liereyy with a massive overboom. 149 villagers and still more in the queue.
True. Another Hera belief is that you aren't overboomed until you hit 200 pop, and Lierey's only at 170. Don't know how much I agree with it, but at least it's something that they at least on Tempo are talking about most likely.
Yeah.
But I think honestly, Lierey's just playing this really, really well.
Yeah, it's so much aggression there with the Knights. Was extremely active. His macro behind this was absolutely on point. And now is going for the tech switch. Is going for Arbalest. Won't go for more Knights here. And just so much control. Yeah, but the wrong player, right? We wanted to see guard tower from Japanese.
Yeah, I mean, in addition to Mongols not having the greatest guard towers ever, they want to be using their stone on castles, right, for Mangudai factories. So that's just extra feels bad, man, in that sense. But Imperial Age is going to come in, and Hera might very well just GG as soon as he sees him.
Hera's still on point here with his quick walls. Does a good job. And resources for him, 300 food, 1.2k gold. Sees another ram. Sees all those crossbows on the field. Pulls some villagers, but still tries to micro his heart out. He obviously knows about the strength of Mangudai.
Yeah, kind of like Viper in that game. Number one, of course, if you have Mangudai, you have hope. I very specifically remember a game I played. I was like so far behind. I was down to like 20 villagers. My opponent was near max pop, but I had a bunch of elite Mangudai, and I ended up losing a game with like 800 kills to 200 deaths.
Okay. Nice micro.
Yeah. Exactly. You lose everything, but at least you kill stuff with Mangudai.
Oh, OrnLu, maybe you should think about what you focus on life.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's very clear what I focus. I focus on casting and not playing.
And if you play, it's campaign videos.
Oh, I know. Very sad. But nonetheless, Hera's trying to get to Imperial Age. Liereyy not killing castles is true.
Well, he did kill one. Now he focused on TC killing first. 155 villagers. Means, oh, Mangonel came out and deleted there. Did a lot of damage. Mangudai could actually do some stuff, but Arbalest is just so strong against castle age units.
Oh yeah, it's amazing how like just the one attack of Arbalest and the one attack of Bracer just makes such a huge difference in these ranged unit battles. And indeed, Mangudai not really able to compete, and the game is over, says DE.
And probably Hera did give the sign to DE to translate that. And Liereyy looking strong here. Had such a defensive base, played so patiently. Then the move out with the crossbow did trade off, and then triple stable with Japanese. Japanese now with a whooping 16% win rate.
There we go. Putting some points on the board. Wait, does that put them above Britain's now?
What does Britain's have?
Britain's are at 17% win rate. 3 and 15.
3 and 15? What? 3 and 15 is 20%. And 15. Okay.
Yeah, 3 wins, 15 losses for Britain's.
Ah, 3 out of 18. That's the same win rate then.
Oh, okay.
The other, like 3 out of 18 is the same as 1 out of 6. So both have 17.
Yeah, that makes sense. I trust in the Nilly math.
Nilly math indeed. It's 1/6. Okay, then that's 3 out of 18 for Britons. That's didn't think that was that bad.
Yeah, it's a very underwhelming performance. No other civ is doing anywhere near as bad as that. I mean, Celts are a little underwhelming at 13 wins and 16 losses. Chinese 16 wins, 19 losses, so both -3 in wins. Vikings as well, -3 in wins, but nothing close to how badly Britons are doing.
Ay, 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 ay. Let me
Well, at least as far as civs that are played a bunch.
let me load that one up again. Where do we have stats, player list?
I can give you the link.
Oh, I already have it in command here. And so I'm taking a look at Britons, picked 18 times. And win rate 17%. Ay, 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 ay. Japanese already updated? Those boys are quick.
Shout out to my man Nerfox. He's the one who's doing the spreadsheet for this tournament, and he was an admin in my Nomad Cup and did like the whole spreadsheet for that. And the guy is a straight up Excel wizard.
That's solid. Yeah. Okay, Byzantines 80%. 1-4, lost 1. I know Viper 1-1. Then we had ACM losing with them against Chart. Huh. Interesting.
Is there anything like any civs that you're surprised that are not picked more, or that you think are picked too much?
I think Ethiopians are slightly underpicked, but it's like all best of 5, right? Are Ethiopians really in the top 14? I think they're close. I think Portuguese might be top 14.
Really?
I think Saracens, people don't know how good they are.
Feels Gamer Legion, man.
And I have no idea why people are picking Indians.
Yeah, that one makes zero sense to me. Although it's weird because like they're drafted 15 times, but they're picked 6 times. Yeah. So it's like people draft them and then never pick them or never play them. Just to
scare the opponent away from calf civs or what?
I guess.
So weird.
I would think Tatars would be actually picked a lot more. I think they're really good.
Okay, I need a quick pee break. It will be Mayans against Celt. You can entertain my people, but only say what's happening on my screen.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, we are going to be getting here into game number 4 here. And I was thinking that Hera would be going for Mayans if he was either in this game, because he'd either be his tournament life on the line or he'd be on the precipice of winning. And indeed, that is the case. I didn't really think about what Liereyy was going for, but Celts is going to be his weapon of choice. I mean, I'm sorry, I have no idea what you guys are seeing on the Elise stream, but at least on my screen, Hera going to be to the northeast-ish of the map in the blue as the Mayans, Liereyy in the red to the south of the map as the Celts. Pretty close to each other as the hawk flies across the map. Well, looking very open for Hera on the left side, but quite comfy on the right side. Pretty wallable. Yeah, pretty wallable on the right side. It's just probably going to need to wall to the TC on the left side. And honestly, that's pretty workable. It's actually not that bad. Main gold in the back, main stone in the back.
I'm showing it.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, and gold in the back. Oh, I don't mind the map here. Huh?
Yeah, like when I first looked at it, like, oh, that's so bad on the left side, but then you know, it's got the back gold, back stone. Yeah, it's honestly fine.
I think Hera's map is a bit more open, but this looks really solid.
Yep, he's got gold in the back, stone in the back. It's fairly wallable. And I have to ask you, Nilly, what is your verdict on Celts right now? Because they are picked all the time. They don't have the best win rate, but not horrible. Mm-hmm. And Yo thinks that they're overpowered because of the Hoang style.
Well, why are so few people playing Hoang style then?
Really? I feel like I see it like every game.
Well, Hoang style, like true Hoang style, I didn't see it a single time this game. Like people building a forward siege workshop. But that also worked with other civilizations. We did see that work with Vikings. We did see that work with Malians.
That's true. I guess I'm thinking primarily of just Drush into FC into Knights plus Siege plus Monks forward. But I think the critical difference is Hoang never macros behind it.
No.
Whereas what we're seeing most of the time is players will use it to take map control and then get a bunch of extra TCs up behind it.
Well, those players are obviously way, way better, right? And
Yeah.
they have more clicks, they have more capabilities, such as Liereyy. He would never lose his scout into a TC, for example.
No, never, never, ever, ever.
Ooh, down to 8 HP there.
Oh, I forgot to speed up. That is a fail on my part.
And now the barracks here by Liereyy, not really the houses that I wanted to see to design the map for him. Did he not scout there properly? He actually sees everything that I wanted him to see.
Maybe he's going for like the very close walls, like to the gold near his wood line, and just in sort of an arc that way. But maybe this is me thinking too greedily. But especially since you know you're going to be going aggressive here, I think that you can just wall to like the edge of the map between the wood lines.
Yeah, I think so as well. Well, and to answer your question from earlier, what do I think about Celts? I think they're really good, simply because it's so unwallable often enough. Your man-at-arms speed is doing a lot, you keep the pressure, skirm can be added as well, and I think they're really strong.
Yeah, they're definitely not at all a bad civ, and I think one that is certainly worth including in your draft. Isn't one I think that you need in every single draft. I don't think so, but if people feel comfortable doing it, it's certainly not the end of the world. And
luckily for Liereyy, there is no friendly fire. He gets the eagle kill there with a nice block. I think pretty bad Dark Age by Liereyy here though. Pop 21, and it's a 1 minute or 10-minute timing there. Isn't that 20 seconds of idle time?
Yeah, that should be exactly 20 seconds of idle time.
Massive.
Hera, meanwhile, clicking up a little bit later with a few more villagers. This is actually something we haven't seen all that much. Like, players have been opting to go for, even with civs that start with more villagers, i.e. Chinese and Mayans, like, they try to go for the faster uptime still.
Yeah, well, pop 24 would be the option here. Goes for some militia now. Double lumber camp. Will play it super safe. Does he think Mayans is so much better? That looks like a very clean approach.
Yeah, certainly. And I guess we didn't speak to the matchup too much. I think it's a matter of Mayans are on a clock. And they have a lot of great options in, early to mid game. And then, especially in like late Castle Age, early Imperial Age, mines are very strong, Celts are very weak. But if Celts can get to like post-Imperial Age, they will just smash Mayans in the face.
Oh yeah, once we get to votes, there's basically no answer. Maybe Plumes a bit, but then Rams is a thing again. So that is a long, long time ahead of us, though. We won't see that within the next 35 minutes, I would say. And, well, men-at-arms are coming over, and Liereyy, he will have a very good idea of what's coming to him. He never scouted the barracks.
Ooh. That could be a bit of an issue as the militia come in right here. Oh. That's a Deadville.
And?
I think.
Up.
Nope.
Up. Two archers there to repunish, but 3 villagers kind of stuck here. Not the greatest start for Liereyy. Can we get another kill? Doesn't look like it.
We'll escape with the other 3 villagers, but that is very much not the start you want. You see, Hera is now actually 3 villagers ahead of Liereyy due to the idle time and the villager snipe, and of course, Lions having an extra vill.
And low HP villager at the wood line makes it another one. 4 will set. Make it maybe 5? Oh god, this game is already over. On this level, give me another hit, and he gives it to me. What a start for Hera.
Yeah, this is not something that should happen at this level, I feel. Like, especially with just generic men-at-arms. Like, my men-at-arms aren't anything special.
That is so weird. Like, Liereyy, that was a lot of mistakes by him. Like, he saw them. Okay, losing 1 there because you got caught off guard is something I will allow. But every single kill after that is so unnecessary. 5 vills behind now.
6 vills. Now it is 9 military to 1 in favor of Liereyy, but well, Hera's pretty comfy at home right now. Blacksmith coming in, should be getting fletching any moment. Liereyy does not have fletching himself. And yeah, I don't really see Liereyy getting a ton done right now.
Yeah, that's also a very easy spot to just build an archery range behind there. So we'll find an easy defense. Goes for eagles now, and Hera, he just needs to make sure to not do any major throws, and then his economy should be miles ahead.
Oh yeah, definitely. Not at all a fan of that house that Hera built, because it's kind of blocking off some of his villagers, but I guess he'll chop through fairly soon.
Yeah, that's not a big problem anymore, indeed.
I don't really know what you should do here if you're Liereyy.
Oh, you're so far behind. Maybe just chill it out, boom, and pray that your opponent is throwing something against your mangonel defense, and try to get to votes. Because, like, you're not doing any damage within the next 10 minutes.
Nah. I actually completely agree. I think, like, if you're Liereyy, he actually has a lot of mineral resources in the back. So I would say it's at least feasible that he could go full boomer mode, defend as best he can with mangonels and some good walling and stuff like that, and then just try and get to wood raiders. But still, like, early Imperial Age is going to be just a nightmare.
Hera sitting at a solid 15 farms here. That is lovely. Compare that to Liereyy, who's now dropping farm number 11. So castle age timing will be way better for Hera as well. Second archery range now.
Yep, all sorts of normal looking stuff here for Hera. Lierey's looking to do the old loop-de-doodle, and he has a way larger army than his opponent right now.
But it's only going to be loop the doodle into walls, so I'm expecting a market to be dropped. Oh no, it doesn't even have enough wood for a market. What is that house?
Odd?
No, there's the market, okay.
Come on, it's Hera. We need at least 4 markets per game.
Did you see what he did there? He could have built the market earlier, but waited longer to just give Liereyy more false hope and keep him there longer. I think that was honestly intentional.
Oh wow, that would be quite the galaxy brain play if that was indeed the case.
I like the villager was chilling next to it. I'm pretty sure.
No?
Because his army was coming over, he was just trying to buy time for himself.
Yeah, no, that is totally plausible. But is Liereyy gonna try this? Nah.
Nah, not under the TC. His units are so weak, and it's so easy to wall behind this one as well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, at least Wheelbarrow's going to be in for Liereyy, so that's going to be a little bit of help. And honestly, his castle age time isn't going to be too much slower. But it's just a matter of the villager discrepancy being so massive right now.
6 villager difference, basically. So you can see 9 at the top, but we have Wheelbarrow for Liereyy. He's trying to make something happen there. Horse color timing now for Hera. And just feels like, is he going mass skirm eagle? Or what's the play here?
I suppose skirm eagle is pretty good. Unless your opponent goes for mass swordsman. But that doesn't seem like a Liereyy thing to do.
Or knights.
Or knights, that seems more likely, but I think with all of the dead villagers, Lierey's going to want to go for the cheaper army of ranged units, or just mangonels or something to defend.
Yeah, forward Siege Workshop could be an option, but he will be behind by 40% on the way to Castle Age. And Liereyy just got a villager snipe there at the front. Now, the drop in points there, as you can see, up on the way to Castle Age. Skirmishers feel comfortable moving out.
Indeed they do. Even have +1 defense, going to help out against all of the archers of Liereyy.
And for Liereyy himself, now opening the walls a bit more. I'm still surprised. 2 archer ranges. I think I want to see more from Hera here. I think I want to see a 3rd archer range.
I was actually just about to ask you what you think Hera should do with this lead. And I agree that Hera should pile on the pressure, especially this hill that's right in front of Lierey's archery ranges. Like, that just seems to be asking for, like, some mangonels sitting on it and smashing away at Liereyy.
Look at the split now by Hera. Goes for the move against the army at the right-hand side. Tries to cut off the reinforcement at the left-hand side. Lovely moves there. Easy kills at the left-hand side. Skirmish is still dancing.
That was really painful for Liereyy in a time when he could not afford to have something very painful like that happen. Getting most of his military advantage depleted. Castle Age upgrade is going to be coming in just a moment here for Hera. And yeah, this is going to be rough.
Elite Skirmisher, Botkin, Crossbow, you name it, he delivers. And University being rushed as well. And Ballistics will be so much faster than for Liereyy.
Oh yeah, it feels like there's... If Hera keeps on playing cleanly, there's not a whole lot Liereyy can do. But maybe like Celt Mangoes can make something happen if he can get to that. I mean, he's made it to Castle Age at least.
Doesn't have the goal to go for Botkin. Skirm number now decimated quite heavily. Ballistics only 40% here. Goes for all the upgrades as well, Liereyy. He is doing okay-ish work. Even military numbers.
Even military numbers, but significantly lower military quality, at least for a little while. And yeah, very quickly we see Hera start to leap ahead in that regard. Very quickly.
Oh god, and Liereyy tried to jump there. 4 military against 90 now, and 2 of those are 2 archers left at the top, and 2 archers in the center. What's the play here from Liereyy? He goes double stable switch and the siege workshop. He completely gave up on his army. Did he finish those upgrades? No, he cancelled Botkin, cancelled Crossbow. Not 100% sure about Elite Skirmisher. Probably cancelled that one as well.
I would guess so.
Yeah, doesn't have it.
Do you think 1TC is the play? I feel like, with especially how defensively positioned Liereyy is, I feel like he just has to rely on Mangonels to defend.
And let's take a look at Mangonels. Gets the shot in. Liereyy, Hera aware, splits away, and I think he will just run in. Yeah, not really that scared of that shot. And eats another one, but no Mangonel alive. And 4 crossbows against villagers. Not the most fair fight.
The fadeaway Mangonel hit right there.
The split after it popped out. What happened there? Did he know the timing?
Then you would have to know the timing specifically for Celts, because the Mangonels are coming out 20% faster with Celts, which would just be, like, mind blown. That was such a sick play.
What? But I will need to rewatch that.
Yeah.
He just split out of nowhere. Oh god, that was so good as well. Pulled the knight to the side and then the kill with the Mangonel. I have some small belief for Liereyy here. He's still miles behind, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's looking pretty grim. I would honestly feel better if Liereyy was just adding in a bunch of extra town centers right now. I feel like you're never going to break Hera at, like, this particular moment. Hera himself is up to 2 town centers with another barracks coming in.
Double Mangonel Celt is actually not too bad. 3rd Mangonel now. 1 misstep of Hera. And obviously you're back into the game. 80 pop against 50 though.
Yeah, that's obviously a very hefty discrepancy. 15 villagers ahead for Hera before the 30-minute mark. Pretty darn good. The Eagles are definitely going to be needing to snipe some Mangonels, and it's going to be pretty tricky with all those knights around.
Okay, let's take a look. We have only the 1 defense upgrade on those Eagles. Now going in, and Hera knows. Okay, score's looking pretty good for me. I just need to hold. Economy has to be way better for him. He knows that.
Oh yeah, that should be pretty clear-cut. That said, that's now 3 Celt Mangonels. And you can't micro crossbow, and I don't care if you're Hera or Liereyy, you don't micro against 3 Celt Mangonels and just, you know, not take any losses.
4th one is coming over. He tries to jump a bit on the hill. 2 crossbow under there. Not really sure what he did there. Crossbow round. Oh god, what is he doing? Woo! You don't care, but he cares.
Well, to be fair, those were all the Mangonels attacking the same target at once, which is more like just 1 Mangonel.
He dives in, kills 3 Mangonels. First shot that he eats, and now it's only knights left. More crossbows coming out, and Liereyy is getting completely cleaned up. Oh my god, was that good by Hera.
That was really good by Hera, but I also think that was fairly bad from Liereyy. Like, having all the mangonels attack at once at the same target just means that you only have to split once, and then you avoid all the mangonel rocks, whereas, like, literally, if you just left the mangonels to their own devices, they would all auto-attack different units at different times, and I feel like it would just be impossible to dodge, like, the, like, a whole area of the effect strike thing, whatever.
Pop 100 against 55 now. Another Mangonel out. Eagles are jumping again. Crossbow ready to do some more damage. Mangonel is getting sniped. And again, it's only Knights. And without Bloodlines, without +2, they can't do anything. Hera forces a game number 5.
We thought this would be a really close series, and that's what we're getting. No complaints from me.
Indeed. And yeah, I also said it's complete coin flip, right? We did mention it in the pre-show. The last scores when they faced each other were 4-3 for Liereyy and 11-10 for Hera. So they are just incredibly close.
Yeah. And it's really fun to see their playstyles like clash, since they're just so similar. It's like one little mistake and then like the other person just gets so far ahead and is just never really able to, the other player's not able to catch up.
One little mistake, like losing 4 villagers in Feudal Age early on. At the
well, that was more than a little mistake, to be fair, but it was. Well, actually, no. There's no defense for that.
Well, for Men at Arms, the defense would have been just walls.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Will they take a risk or will they directly jump into game number 5? Okay, nothing happening here. I think it's a good time to breathe for them.
Yeah. Both of them so evenly matched, and I think you want to be getting into game number 5 with a very good mindset.
Saw Liereyy micro multiple Magnots before. What happened? Yeah, we are a bit confused as well. Okay, let's take a look at civilizations up next. So Mongols are gone, Mayans are gone, Celts are gone, Japanese are gone. So it just feels like Chinese against Slavs feels super likely. Or do we see some
Burmese
against Vietnamese?
No. I think if you're Hera, you just think Lierey's going Chinese because Chinese are a super good civ, and they're pretty much decent against almost every other civ. But where Chinese are vulnerable, and we've seen them been exploited in this case, in this respect, is very early aggression. And Burmese are really good at doing that. So I think Slavs is the safe pick, but I think that the Burmese pick could be a big one.
And what are we doing once our opponent gets to more than 2 archers?
You surround them with towers and then make a round by.
Okay.
And then you have your +1 attack men-at-arms, free lumber camp upgrades.
Okay.
You just really need to believe in Burmese, Nilly.
I probably should, yeah. Not really a believer, apparently. Let's try poker, Nilly. Sure, if you're really bad and have a lot of money, I'm up for it. Vietnamese underrated will be Slavs versus Vietnamese. Screen cap this.
Well, indeed, it does look like they are taking a moment, so I will take a quick break myself.
Okay.
Be right back.
Okay, then I can answer some questions out of my chat here. Just to clarify, Chinese is pick number 1 for Nilly. Roughly, yeah. Yeah, I would say so. Aztecs or Chinese, probably. Back in KT1 final, Burmese were good. Yeah. Well, that was the final game, right? That really hurt Liereyy there. I think Nilly needs energy to be believer. You mean that energy? I think okay. Chinese versus Slav now feels very likely. Yeah. Are you playing Crakey Cup this week? I would say like Sunday is the last day of the week. That's why I would say next week. But yeah, very likely. What's the state of Koreans? Like D tier, like number 20, number 25, something like that. Yeah. Are you looking forward to Among Us 2? I didn't even know it existed. you think the results this week... I think it... Wasn't it delayed to finish or do some hot fixes on Among Us 1? Do you think the results this weekend, etc., will affect your top 10, top 15 rankings? Obviously. Who do you think has better chances versus Yo? Hera probably, because that's what Yo said. I don't know, but I would just trust Yo's statement there. Chinese vs. Slav has to be the last game. What do you favor? Chinese. If you have Farimba Knights, how many you need for Cavalier to be worth it? Cavalier is like Farimba is way more expensive than Cavalier upgrade. So you should get Cavalier upgrade before you get Farimba. Why no score on this overlay? Because you know the score. Why Hera didn't ban Cumans? I think because he wasn't scared that Liereyy would go for them. Are you alone? Cause you're my interest. Cause you have got my interest. Ooh. Ali, are we doing comeback challenges tomorrow? When are you streaming tomorrow? I think like 19 GMT comeback challenges would be lovely. You missed way too many nearly punts. We're doing a good job. Evening. Okay, what do you think about 19 GMT? Okay, that's sweet. But you have to talk German, you know. It's a date. Best designed Civ? Either best or worst designed is Cumans. Yeah. Maybe Khmer. Hey guys, I'm late for the day. Where do I find the results? Exclamation mark bracket. Who do you think Yo will rather face? He wants to face Liereyy. Human is just the most designed Civ, yeah? Maybe. Wouldn't it be nice to have some sort of underrated Civ Cup only for Civs we are not seeing in other tournaments? Yeah, that's 2 pools. What did you eat today? Nepalese curry and fried noodles.
And we are correct.
Oh.
Well, at least the safe pick. And it is going to be Slav's Chinese for the final game of the day.
I was about to fall asleep here. And yeah, indeed. So not the most tricky choice ever for us to make. But yeah, the safe pick. I think Burmese and Vietnamese just a class behind. And well, Hera, Slavs, I still feel like they should be the weak of the two civilizations.
Yeah, to me, Slavs are like a strong A-tier Arabia Civ, but Chinese are an S-tier Arabia Civ. Like, Chinese just have so many answers to everything. Mm-hmm. They have a great eco, they have many different options, and they have just an inherently strong game plan with their Chuko Nu. So it's like you got everything you need.
Okay, so let's see how Hera is trying to break that one with Slavs. He's a guy that is fine with playing some skirmisher knight here for a long time in Castle Age, where I think he could perform okay-ish against Liereyy, who isn't the guy that goes for mass camels too often. And yeah, the transition into Imp will be tough though. Against Arbalest, against Chukunu, just feels like they're shining so much. Obviously, economy bonus for both civilizations, pretty damn strong.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't really give a huge edge economically to either Civ. Maybe Chinese a bit more in like feudal age, and then Slavs a bit more in castle age. But it's certainly pretty close. Let's look at the map. Oh,
it's pretty simple, right? The more farms we have, the bigger the eco bonus for Slavs.
But
the
more
fewer villages
Chinese
we have,
save,
the bigger the advantage for Chinese.
But Chinese are saving more and more with their techs at that point. So, but once all the techs come in, yeah, definitely Slavs.
Hera now going for the barracks here before the mill. 5 on wood behind this one. Does he think this map is FC worthy? It is solid there with lots of woodlines in the back. Has the safe gold as well. Is he going for the ballsy plays here or what? Even builds another house that is actually not necessary with slabs.
Yeah, slab.
Okay. Oh, and
and
cancelled it. He heard
There you
us.
go. There we go, Hera. So,
No. Hera didn't look the nearly how to improve your drush by 2% video. So the way how you do this is actually you go for the gold mine, collect 10 gold, and then go for the rhino.
oh yes.
And what he is doing now is he got the rhino and will then only later go for the gold pickup. If he actually wants to go for militia. He isn't queuing up any.
This could,
Sick.
I mean,
Mind games. Mind games.
what, mind gaming the casters?
Mind gaming Liereyy. Liereyy scouted it instantly as well.
But Lierey's just gonna hang around with the scout until he sees the little flags pop out, right?
Look at how he's protected at home already. Like, that is already doing okayish indirect damage. And now Hera just goes archers against those walls. It's funny. Like, this move actually forced Liereyy to not be walled in a big scale.
True. He's still coming forward, building the barracks in a good spot, and he's now sending a villager forward to build a house. So, if not like completely delaying Liereyy, but we're making things a little bit more awkward, and we'll be clicking up both players.
That's going to be an archer play. Sick. The mind games. And the base layout will be just so bad for Liereyy. But he is just going archers himself, so won't hurt him that much.
Nah, I think it should be fine. Kind of weird to see Slavs going archers twice. But
Well, the first time wasn't that successful.
to say the least.
Doughty.
Doughty.
Oh, I'm really curious to read the GL chat.
Yeah.
What Viper and
Sure.
Doubts have to say for themselves.
Yeah, seriously. You know, got the whole range of results there for a Gamer Legion. But hey, oh, what were those? There were a couple of hawks or something bugging out in the middle. But
I
yeah.
saw something as well. Like, just saw it glimpsed on my screen. Was really weird. And Hera underreacting here. Why is he not walling his berries?
To be fair, you very, very rarely see Chinese go for the men-at-arm play. Mostly because it's so hard to have a good eco behind it. But if you lure all of your deer... I mean, Liereyy only has one.
Oh, this is really good for Liereyy, though. Hera, no reaction there. Now tried to wall, but saw, okay, I can't wall over that. Villagers trying to run. Some quick walls behind villagers. Not even pulled into the TC. Fights off.
Oh, Hera
against-
Scout's actually in range of Lierey's TC. And neither are reacting!
Oh, nothing happening. Obviously, the micro at the other side is really important there. Man-at-arm upgrade is coming in. Villager should die. Scout is trying to go in front of that one. And will find the kill.
Oh, Scout smacked that, but no. The Scout must pay as well. But Lierey's still with a comfortable 3-villager lead at this point. Is building an archery range behind this. I don't really like that position at all, but...
And then the mind games didn't work that well. For Hera now.
Yeah. Men-at-Arms just having to trundle back home. It will still be a 4-3 fight, so even if Liereyy tries to take a nice little advantage with the high ground, it will still ultimately end in his demise.
Still having the scout alive is nice for Hera. He will have the better walls as well. And, well, those 2 men-at-arms probably won't do too much more in this game. And then, Chinese going archers versus Slavs going archers should be better for the Chinese player.
Yeah, in addition to having Arbalest and Thumbring and Bracer, you also have the tech discount, which is really nice, especially if you're going for things like Ballistics and Thumbring, which are really expensive in early Castle Age. And just a 3-villager lead, like you're saying, it's just definitely a very comfortable spot here for Liereyy.
But actually, Hera, only 2 on gold, so probably skirms the play he is going for. Will be completely walled. Not his greatest opening.
Definitely not. I guess just making sure the tiles are covered. Okay, whatever. So, going across the map here is Hera. That's an exposed villager.
And Hera's doing a good job of getting in front of that one. Fights off against the scout now. Finds the kill. Okay. Even step one out.
Well, that was a nice little present that Liereyy gave to Hera.
Mm-hmm. 4 archers moving out.
How much do you think that these guys are going to commit? Do you think that Liereyy would rather click up to Castle Age or start throwing down a stable and making scouts to deal with the skirmishers?
Well, he's throwing away an archer to begin with, so that's how much I think he will commit. And those archers not patrolling at all. And someone didn't read Hera's Twitter tip of the day. If you move out, always do it with patrol. And Liereyy just had to pay the price for that. How much will they commit? Well, in Feudal Age, obviously very little, right? It's 1 archer range for Hera, no blacksmith, so that will take quite some time till he ever thinks about doing real damage. And Liereyy, he's just camping at home and knows that early Castle Age he will have a good army.
Indeed, and even though both players lost 1 military, we have 2 more villagers for the Chinese player naturally. And Liereyy extending his wall so that it covers his main gold. Don't really see Hera getting a lot. Oh, no, okay.
Not a single upgrade on the skirmishers. Liereyy is easily mopping that one up. A bit surprised that Hera moved out there. Did he want to show that? He's not producing any more skirms. And yeah, that felt a bit weird, honestly, how he threw those away.
I don't know why at that point you would move out without fletching, especially, and with fairly low numbers too. What was he trying to accomplish? He knows his opponent has double range.
I don't know. Just felt like a throw. He probably doesn't want to stay on skirms, but just keeping like 3-4 alive there would be the normal Hera or Liereyy play to do.
Yeah, certainly. And we saw in, what was it, Viper Yo Game 2, just like having random units alive from Yo actually can help quite a lot in big old early game fights.
Hera, now the switch into double stable on the way to Castle Age here. Solid timing. We'll go for some pressure. I think that has to be followed up with an aggressive siege workshop though.
Why do you think it has to be followed up by an aggressive siege workshop?
Because knights alone against a guy that sits behind walls with archers aren't doing anything.
That's true. But maybe it's just the boomer in me. I'd just sit back and throw down TCs and use the power of Slavika. Especially when I'm fully walled. But
yeah, well, then crossbow will be complemented by 4 knights, and suddenly he is the one having all the aggression, and you have to defend all of a sudden.
Yeah, but defending's fine.
Okay.
Just boom. Just make more
maybe
moves.
your defense is better than mine.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far at all. In the slightest.
Blacksmith now. Already indicating that he wants to get at least some upgrades on those 90s. Castle Age timing way better here for Hera. Did go for less army, obviously. We see 2 military on the map. That's still 1 man at arm that is scouting a bit. The 1 scout here that looks like auto scout even. No, okay. Is going for some shift clicks. We'll get a good idea. And Liereyy even squeezed in some more skirmishes. I'm a bit surprised. Now should go for arch exclusively. Only now fletching.
A little weird, but I mean, they're just sitting at home. It doesn't really make a difference. The extra skirmishers feels very strange to me. As, yeah, Hera hits Castle Age, +1 defense coming in, 4 knights queued right on up. And looks like Hera is listening to the school of OrnLu thought and is probably just going to add TCs.
And Liereyy just moves out with the skirmishers, expecting the school of Nili thoughts with the aggressive siege workshop. But not happening.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, just not happening. Hera's just gonna...
What is this Liereyy army?
I have no idea.
They're still doing some damage. yeah, they are bad unit, but still, like, 8 skirms, if they shoot 15 times, they still kill a knight.
Oh, yeah. Crossbow and Bodkin just now on the way, but looks like, oh, Hera turning right around. And we will be seeing quite a lot of Bodkin crossbows. Okay, oh, no, +2 just now coming in here for Hera. Still numerically not in his favor.
Let's take a look how this one will play out. 5 knights. Some of them lost some HP. Husbandry now coming over. Make it 7 knights. And I don't think that Liereyy should be that far out on the map without any protection.
Yeah, especially you'd imagine at least having some camels here, or like a monk or 2, or maybe even pikemen if you're feeling wild. But Thumbring coming in, so that's definitely going to be quite helpful. No ballistics.
He's going for 2 camels, so I don't mind that. Thumbring indeed could be nice there with the aggression. Military count pretty heavily in favor of Liereyy when it comes to numbers. Army value double for him as well. Knights trying to find some holes, but I would be surprised if Liereyy gives any to him.
Yeah, I think Liereyy should be fine. Yeah, it looks like he's totally fine. Neither player actually dropping their second town center just yet. Just kind of poking around, but still investing very heavily into military, especially Liereyy. But yeah, just chilling.
Goes back now. Neither player adds a TC. Siege Workshop is going for a Mangonel and a Scorpion. Couldn't really decide what's the best unit there.
So one of each flavor.
Surprised that there's no Siege Tower mixed in.
Oh, that's only in the true clown power.
Okay. The forbidden flavor.
Yeah, exactly. Or what it was a Tato, I think, in Hidden Cup that went for like the Siege Tower garrisoning the Long Swordsman or something like that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Don't really remember.
But anyway, that is a way larger army here for Liereyy. That is also reasonably well upgraded.
Now the monastery here. Hera still active on the map. Not all knights there. Camels completely virgin when it comes to the upgrades. Now has 5 on the map though. So that is a nice meat shield.
Yeah. I mean, even if the camels aren't like amazing, they'll still tank damage and they can still snipe potential mangonels. And this is still, I think, a very tricky hold here for Hera. Like, that's just a big old army and 2 monks coming in as well. This could be really, really painful.
Oh, villager snipe there, and 2 monks could be so good. Let's take a look. Are they getting any conversions? 1 conversion, and that will be it. Crossbows are microing back. Camels chasing down at the left-hand side. Not the greatest buffer, but Lierey's micro on point.
Lierey's micro on point. I think the Thumbring coming in is definitely very helpful at that point. Thumbring, I think, is especially useful against, high health units like these knights. And wow, that's 7 military to 33 right now.
Oh boy, 30 population lead now, and army value, as you can see, 2.6k against 1k. The monastery will be denied at 99%. Is he sniping another villager? Hera wants to go. Oh no, denied there. Oh. Mangonel now needs to get some massive shots in to somehow allow a comeback. Knights are coming over trying to cut off reinforcements, but if the reinforcements are camels, well, that's not the greatest cutting off to do. Another villager wouldn't surprise me if she tries to go forward. Mangonel shot!
Just tickles some of the crossbowmen on the side. Won't be able to deny the monastery No. Okay, there we go.
Another crossbow.
But, like, how does Hera defend right now? He's behind in eco as well. Never able to add the second TC, whereas Liereyy was critically able to squeeze that one out.
Mangonel shot, dodges completely. Lovely stuff. 8 to 38 military at the moment. Monk out as well. Just goes for the monastery there, and crossbows now really deep. I think he should just snipe down some farms, and indeed that's what he's doing.
Taking out the best unit Slavs have. The farm. Oh, nice job saving the monk right there for Liereyy. And yeah, he just needs to keep up the aggression. And it's I don't really see how Hera can comfortably deal with. Look at that town center on the side. That's a sad town center.
Oh boy. Well, some on the hill there. Mangonel is trying to get some more kills. Monastery now over here. Actually blocks his path for the Mangonel quite ugly, I would say.
Indeed. It's not another monastery. Indeed it is. Now Bloodline's coming in here for Liereyy. I think he's just going to be sticking with these crossbow camo composition.
Uh-oh, that's a risky move by Liereyy. You don't want to go in there.
No.
You were saying?
Lierey's really good at this game.
Yes, he is. Still no ballistic. That really bothers me quite a bit. Is going for TC number 3 now, so he's setting himself up quite nicely. Has some control, is watching all the relics there. Finally gets that monastery and just, well, keeps on building his army.
See some of the most reserved I've ever seen Liereyy play, which is really good to see. Not like really trying to just like force every single fight and micro like crazy. Like he's just not really overcommitting. He's taking his advantage and, you know, running with it.
Well, he knows, okay, if I eat a Mangonel shot, my opponent could suddenly be ahead. Losing a Monk there is going to happen. Camels need to go back. Mangonel is not around. This is a nice number of knights by Hera. Liereyy is trying to jump on that hill.
Yes, he is. Mangonel coming. Liereyy even...
Ooh, that was massive. So many crossbows dying here.
Oh, wow. Oh.
And all of a sudden, Liereyy, oh god, did he overextend his welcome there? Holy moly, so many knights still alive. Massive score lead for Hera all of a sudden. You saw the shot going off. He needed to do extra damage there with his other extra stones. And now, what's the switch here? Dropping 3 more stables and wants to go for the camo defense, but he needs those desperately.
Very much so. I mean, this is what I totally cast a curse at him. You know, Liereyy not being too forward with his units, not, you know, playing super reserve, and then just instantly goes too far forward and then dies.
Trying to prevent the overshot
still
there.
15 vills ahead.
I'm not sure if Liereyy knows that one though, because his TCs weren't that early. Just like Hera was even later.
Yeah, that's also quite true. Is Hera getting a 3rd TC somewhere?
Oh, we have 2 TCs for Hera.
Oh, here it is. Okay, he was down to 0 stone though, which was why I was confused.
Spanning to left-hand side.
Yep,
Makes a
just
lot of
getting
sense.
it on. There's a hole there. There is definitely a hole there.
Okay, could get a conversion. Camels over there. So yeah, 1 villager down. Not the worst thing ever. More camels popping. Upgrades on those. Bloodlight and the +1 defense.
Yep, not amazing upgrades, especially compared to the knights. Well, I guess they just have 1 less defense upgrade. But now, it went from Liereyy being completely in the driver's seat to this game being on a razor's edge right now, because the army quality is significantly higher right now for Hera, also adding in the pikemen. Liereyy is a player who I feel like is very late in going on to stone, like all the time, and I feel like it's biting him in the butt right now.
Yeah, not really a guy that I would think about unique units or any castles on hills. He's more the guy like micro crossbow to death.
Yeah. Right now, Mangonel's working away at the town center. Couple monks will get a couple conversions. Not going to complain about that if you are Hera in this position.
Still no ballistics. Liereyy now trying to get the reverse convert or the revenge conversions. Has 4 monks out there, but Hera with a nice hill. I don't think Liereyy wants to tag into this one, but he thinks differently. Massive Mangonel shots against the camels to start off the fight.
Numbers are in favor of Liereyy, but a lot of that is crossbowmen. Like, that's a lot of knights here for Hera, but camels do theoretically counter these knights. Oh, this is a tough one.
2 spearmen joining the party. Crossbowmen behind this one. I think both players will lose a lot. Liereyy needs to start microing his crossbow there. Seems like the pikeman switch is coming in for Hera, but that's still a lot of crossbows left. And Hera needs to retreat. Liereyy did hold this one. Still 20 villager lead for him.
He's still 20 villagers ahead. That was still a very costly fight, but that was, you know, that was quite a lot for both players. Wow. Like, I would never, in Lierey's position, like, just go for that engagement. That was...
I don't see the necessity either. Like, there was no siege to pressure, and your opponent was on the hill. Just go forward, go dance a bit with your crossbows. Well, maybe mangonels were there, so that was a bit trickier. Maybe wait for some more conversions. But, well, he felt like, okay, camels should be good enough before pikeman number rises. Look at the KD! Holy moly.
Ooh, big yikes.
But let's take a look at killed value. Liereyy only slightly behind.
Well, goes to show the army is way more expensive here for Hera, and he has fewer villagers, so Slav farms or no, Hera still is in a bit of an uncomfortable position. A little bit of a camel raid, not likely going to accomplish a lot in life. But Liereyy just really needs a castle in a good position.
Oh, he's sending 12 villagers on stone now. He's going for a pikeman upgrade. Maybe upgrade will not even finish. Okay, we'll go for that one. Camel's now coming to the side. Probably just wants to snipe the mango. No. Pikeman there. Oh god, that is horrible for Liereyy.
Why are you taking this fight, Liereyy? He needs to really get out of there. Oh.
Mangonel's still active. Didn't get the snipes. Can maybe shoot. Oh, dodges with the crossbows. Oh, that was so close.
Liereyy, my heart can't do this to me. Army count's still very even.
No ballistics. I'm getting angry over here, OrnLu.
Are you getting ballistic?
500 stone in the bank against 0. Liereyy, can he maybe get a castle up at that crucial hill in the center? I would be a bit surprised.
Yeah. That would be, like, a castle for either player would obviously be huge, but Hera just now going on to stone, not, like, both players not going on to stone until, like, almost the 40-minute mark. But Liereyy, his army is cheaper than his opponents, and Imp now on the way for Liereyy. Whoa.
Expanding to the left-hand side is Hera. We'll go for the extra gold there. The skirmisher suddenly mixed in here at the front. Monk not going for the conversion. Still enough camels to scare away those knights.
This is looking, I think, really grim for Hera. Liereyy having that villager advantage is now really starting to pay off. He has a larger army. He's on his way to Imperial Age. And so long as he doesn't completely throw away all of his crossbowmen again, I think he should be really well positioned to win this in early Imp.
Goes for the defense upgrade for his camels then. Some more crossbows. And I think heavy camel arbalest is just so good. And that's what we mentioned over and over again. Chinese tech trees are just so wide.
Oh, yeah. And with the cheaper upgrades, you can switch between different unit compositions or go for like 2 different unit compositions at once much more easily than most other civs, which is like even further better. But Hera's still clicking up too. He's not going down without a fight.
Lovely game here to finish off this set. We see Hera, well, trying to transition into the siege pikeman that he wanted to do. Lots of camels kind of dying. Big mistake there by Liereyy at the side. Bit confused there. Seems like Liereyy rather is committing on halberdiers.
Yeah, that seems to be the play, and I definitely get that. That way you can spend your gold on units that have a bit more survivability, like Arbalests or Chukonu or Trebs or something. Also, notably, the Scorpion count is slowly increasing here for Hera. Oh.
Okay, has 5 Scorpions now, but obviously Scorpion's not doing anything anymore once Bracer is on the field. And, well, it's just flying in there. Arbalest behind this one as well. No trap thus far. Castle not really used. And Knights, they're going for big counterattack. 24 Knights. +2/+2.
And a lot of Knights. I mean, Hera desperately needs to be buying time right now. Also, notably, Liereyy never scattered the gold in the far north of the map. He's missing it by 1 tile.
Oopsie.
That's a little bit of a bloopsie right there. Pikemen are being sent back. Halberdier on the way. It looks like Liereyy is reacting to this with the right amount of, not overreacting and not underreacting.
It is slightly too much, so he would lose this fight, but it's never cost efficient. Halberdier kicks in at the perfect time. Some camels to follow this one up as well, and Terra thinks he's taking good fight, but it's not a great one for the long run.
Yeah, that's like the fight you're like, oh, he doesn't have Halb, let's try and take the fight now, and then you like look away, and then the second you look back, they're Halbs, and you're losing everything.
Oh yeah, what a beautiful timing there. Liereyy is going for the raid at the left-hand side as well. Arbalest are pushing in, doing a good job here. Pikeman being forced back, pop 180 against 150.
Yeah, it seems like Liereyy, with just this slight edge, really able to hammer it home onto Hera right now before he can really get to like a good amount of like onagers or heavy scorpions or something like that. Hera, of course, he's not going to go down without making a bunch of like cavalry from stables.
Oh, he loves those. And just think about it. So many people that were favored in this tournament didn't go through. And now the two players that everyone said, okay, at least they defended their seat. At least they defended their best placement in the group. Those are falling as well. So Liereyy out, Viper out, and
Hera out.
Liereyy, yeah, no, Hera. That's my bad, yeah.
Like,
Hera
you
out.
must have a very different opinion of how the game is right now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. And Knights still trying to make something happen here. Cavaliers coming in. We have the +4 defense upgrade. But yeah, obviously pretty wild. So many probably upsets, what we would say.
Like, MBL, Yo, Liereyy, and Valessa, like, other than Valessa, like, at least the other three semifinalists, like, sound right. But it's just when you're thinking, wait a minute, that means there isn't a Hera, or there isn't a Viper, not even a Tato. Like, that's definitely very surprising.
So many light caps still raiding. Hera is trying to make something happen. Obviously, massive difference here. 2k if you make it into the quarterfinals. 4k if you make it into semifinals. And still having the chance to fight for another 26k in the finals there. Just 26k. 17 first, 9k seconds. So fighting for the 26k in the finals. Nearly mad.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe OrnLu.
Yeah.
Mohammed is fighting in the top here, but there's so much red in a base that should be only blue.
Yeah, that's definitely very problematic right now for Hera. Liereyy, just with these small advantages, is just keeping his lead. Hera's trying his best, raiding with a bunch of Cavalier. Liereyy trying to catch up with the slow-moving Halberdiers, but I just don't think it's anywhere near enough damage. 45 idols right now for Hera, and Morville's dropping.
Yeah, just look at that. All he sees, so many of those gathered villagers. It's not like he has them idle, it's just like he needs to save them.
Yeah.
Mohammed is finding more kills.
Dropping below 100 vills.
Dropping below 115 population now as well. And the moment you send them back to work, another raid is coming in. And the castle went up for Liereyy there at the perfect spot. He is so hungry to finish this game.
As he should be. I mean, victory should be within his sights right now. He's up a good 60 population. Hera is just struggling to get a grip at this point. The one thing he still has going for him is his castle on the like northwestish of the map. But it's not really securing a ton. It's not really protecting a whole lot of eco. And by and large, Liereyy could just run past it.
So many Halberdiers finding good trades against the Cavaliers over and over again as well. 4 Cavaliers on the map at the moment, 13 pikemen. That's not a real army here for Hera, while we see Liereyy is just expanding everywhere and being so annoying.
Yeah, that's... I mean, Lierey's doing all that he needs to do to close out this game. He's not letting Hera like have a whole safe area where he can have like 30 Slav farmers without being completely touched. Liereyy very like evenly distributing his raids to a very exposed Hera, which is definitely something I like to see.
Every single time I look at another TC of Hera, and it's just more red streaming in over and over.
Exactly what I was saying.
TC, oh goddy. Now, a funny army arrives in the base there. One Monk, one Halberdier, one Arbalest, and Hera. Seen enough. GG, Liereyy is going through another top 4 performance. Second place KOTD 1, second place KOTD 2, and now in the semifinals.
Indeed, and that is going to be Liereyy versus Yo in the semifinals. Both looking really sharp.
Best of 7. Who is your favorite?
Yo. I think Yo is just looking like a complete monster right now.
He looked sharp against Viper. I agree.
I think that from what I've seen so far, MBL and Yo are the two like best performing players in the tournament. So like as from what I've seen.
Well, a lot of people have time to stream next weekend now, right? Doubt, Tato, Viper, Hera.
You can just say Gamer Legion. It shortens it.
Okay, maybe I should have, yeah. Well, I will be casting.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, Hera actually with the slightly better KD there, obviously with the Knight taking the okayish fight. Lierey's eco looked really, really sharp, and yeah, what a lovely set. And those two boys absolutely delivered. And Hera, unfortunate for him that it came to this simply because Doubt killed Liereyy, and therefore Liereyy as seed number 2 faced seed number 1 in the group. And we got to this matchup a bit earlier than most of us would have loved to see. But oh boy, did they deliver a good set.
Oh yeah, just really, really close between these two players. Obviously, both playing at a very high level, and it's way more fun to watch two players playing at a super high level than both players making a bunch of mistakes. So, yeah, definitely really solid series, and I am very hyped for the next weekend.
Lovely. And do we want to take a look at the bracket? I think we will just wait for, well, taking a look at the bracket isn't that complicated, right? It should just be updated. And quarterfinals now completely in the books. Not really sure when are we starting next week? I would assume we are starting a bit later, right?
For OrnLu's sleep schedule, I hope so. Been casting since 8 a.m.
Oh boy. I slept till 11 a.m.
Very jealous. Do you think Valessa has a shot versus MBL?
No. But I also said I didn't think he would take Tato. I also said I didn't think he would take Doubt. So maybe he wants to prove me wrong 3 times in a row.
Yeah, we'll see for sure.
Okay, let's listen to Liereyy.
Yeah.
3-2. I mean, what did you think? Let's really start with the game 5. When that badaboom happened and all those nights happened and you lose pretty much everything.
Oh, memories.
What did you feel there at that point?
I thought it was a deja vu all over again, man. I lost so many games because I got bada-boomed. So many games against Viper, against Yo, and Hera as well now. Like, I felt deja vu all over again. But luckily I was ahead enough that I could still turn it around.
Okay, I mean, what was the keys? Because like everyone expected, it's actually the only series today that was like people expected. Everyone was telling 3-2 either way. Yourself, you said yesterday it was 3-2. We will talk about the other series. You can relax. What are you doing, Liereyy?
Hitting back, man.
well, move the webcam then. Move the
shit.
Yeah, move the webcam, man. I mean, game number 1. Do you remember game number 1? And we analyzed a little bit because this has been a crazy series. Some of the best in the tournament.
Game number 1. Oh, the Lithuanian one. Yeah. I didn't expect him to pick Lithuanians there, actually. I thought he would go Mongols, because it would be a safe opening. And I kind of knew that the fast rush could come, but I didn't realize he was going for it instantly, so it kind of caught me off guard. And, well, I lost the Veil, which was probably like worst case scenario, but...
And the Elephant.
True, the Elephant as well. But Franks is like the best safe to recover from that, so I still felt okay-ish.
Okay, second game, what was that? It was Vikings and Malians, I think, right?
Yeah.
What happened there? It was another kind of snowball. You took a bad fight and you were taking the lead in that game.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of underestimated his eco and his amount of knights. So I thought I could still just make skirms and my 5-6 knights could clear up his ones, but yeah, didn't happen as planned, so, you know.
Well, I'm feeling that you are thinking like, I don't care those games anymore.
Not really, yeah, not really.
Yeah, okay. Well, did you expect, I mean, of course you were playing for win. Did you expect this close series like it was? No surprise, right?
Yeah, I expected that. Like, I knew it was, I could tell it was gonna go to all games. Like, after the first game, it was like close, deadly even, small things matter. Whoever punishes the mistakes of the other harder, probably. took the games, and yeah, it was no surprise that it ended up 3-2, and either one could have won. It's always like that between us. So.
Did you feel that the civilizations of the maps got more impact today? Decisions making, kind of everything a little. But what was the K factor in this one?
I think my most important thing for me was that I switched up my playstyle. Like once I just went scouts, one time I had arms, one time full archer skirms if you live, one time Rush FC, I believe. So yeah, I think it was important that I mix it up and that I kind of play, what to say,
Unpredictable.
Unpredictable, yeah.
Also, you went a little bit full Titanic too. In the Kells game, it wasn't the best game.
Yeah, I didn't expect the Mad Arms to do that much damage anymore, but yeah, I was kind of tilting that game, not gonna lie. Those Mad Arms, man.
Okay, well, Liereyy, did you see any games today, or you were focused relaxing?
I watched Mr. Jorgen's Viper. That's the only match I really watched. Quite impressive by you, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't expect that at all. I don't think anyone did, so... Will be a tough one.
Incredible, because this is your next opponent. And what do you think about? Let's create a little bit of drama. He was telling. Did you listen to his interview?
No, I was already focusing on my games.
Okay. Do you want to tell you what he said?
I think I'm gonna find out eventually anyway. So
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you that, right?
He wanted to play Hera.
No, he wanted to play against you, because you are for him
an
easier opponent.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Well, he said you can see. What do you think? You are easier opponent? You will talk to him, right?
Well, maybe I'm the easier opponent because he lost to Hera lately in the Red Bull tournament. So the last time we met was when was the last time? I think NAC, but I wasn't really in good shape. So
Yeah,
I hope he underestimates me. So
okay,
we'll be good.
In the NAC, you were in a really good shape in Dota.
True. I was at my peak MMR back then.
Anyway, about other series, Doubt 2-0 ahead and Viles play out of his mind. Did you expect that?
I actually watched the last game of that series, but I expected it to be even, but I didn't expect a 2-0 from Doubt and then
come back.
And then a comeback like that. So it was quite surprising, to be honest, but I'm not really surprised that Viles won in the end. He's a really good player after all, and he has improved over the past decade, so congrats to him. He deserved it, and we'll see how he does against MBL.
Okay, now, last question. Were you feeling nervous during this series today? Or how you
not really nervous. It's more like excited, to be honest. Looking forward to play the games, because it's always great games against Hera, and I always learn something, always small details, and it's just, that's what I'm here for, right? Playing games at the top level and improving daily.
Okay, last question. It was going to be last question previous, but I took so now the last question.
Yeah.
The 4 quarterfinals are 2 tempos or AM, 2 tempos, MBL, and Viles. Well, no, not 2 tempo, my bad. 2 tempo, Mr. Yo, Viles, and MBL. Who could expect this when they started the tournament?
Well, I would have counted on 1 tempo player being in the semifinals at least. So that's not a surprise. Probably would have said 2, but I kind of screwed up the brackets, so About Viles, I don't think anyone expected him to be in the semifinals, but all credits to him. He deserved it. Played it well, and on the MBL, he killed Yo 3-2 in the group stage, so he deserved his spot on the quotes unquote easier bracket. But what's easy at this point? So, and Yo upsetting Viper is obviously a surprise for everyone. Well, not a big surprise, but yeah, the way he played. Yeah.
Like, because if it's a 3-2, you can, in a best of 5, you can think, okay, but 3-0?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, now, next weekend, semi-final, and against Mr. Yo. Favorite there?
Last question.
I don't think there's a favorite, to be honest.
7, right?
It's best of 7, true. No, it's best of 7. Oh, okay. I don't think they're favorites anymore. I think we both know each other pretty well. Has been a while since we met in a tournament in a later stage. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the games. I'm excited already and can't wait for them.
Well, Liereyy, thank you so much for coming. Congratulations.
Thanks for having me.
And the kid, I hate this because I can't call the kid anymore, man. What is this?
True.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good night, man. Bye.